not to be found here at Spectrum Field this afternoon, as it is sold out as the Phillies and Braves get ready for some spring training baseball. Philly Fanatic not the only one in green today, as St. Patrick's Day being celebrated obviously all over the place, and certainly down here in Clearwater. The Phils in their St. Patrick's Day uniforms. They've been doing that for quite some time, and well, all decked out in the green with a little bit of red trim as well. And, well, let's take a look at the lineups today. Today's starting lineup for the Braves is brought to you by Xfinity, America's best internet provider, according to speedtest.net. Ozzie Albies will lead off and play second base, followed by Carrera. Ronald Acuna Jr., center fielder for the Braves, turning heads all over Major League Baseball, followed by Ruiz, Preston Tucker, and Dansby Swanson, the shortstop. Carlos Franco, Chris Stewart, and the pitcher spot, Lucas Sims, batting ninth, and they will face Phillies right-hander Zach Eflin, appearing in his fourth game this spring. He has a 0-0 record with an ERA of 2.89. And, well, John, we talked about it. The youngster vying for that fifth spot in the rotation, and he's been pretty good this spring.
Yeah, he has been really good. Here you see the scouting report, 91 to 95 with the fastball, pitches with great movement. And if he can command that movement, he should have a lot of success again today against this Braves team that he just pitched against his last start. But yeah, this is a big one for him, though. This is one where you're getting near the end of spring training, and now all of a sudden it's, you know, let's see what we got. You would hope he'd have an advantage with the lineup that the Braves sent over here, but you know, you never know.
You never know.
And I'm still upset too, because
why's that?
Well, there's no Polish Day. How come you have St. Patrick's Day? We needed some Polish Day.
All right. Well, I think you're just the man.
I saw those Bulls here, so I'm
right.
going to talk to Bull about that. We're going to get something going.
You guys put your minds together. I'm certain something good will come of it, for sure.
Yeah,
Ozzie Albies is your leadoff hitter, and he fouls that first one out of play, so 0-1.
Yeah,
you've already gotten the buzzer.
It's all about the fashion with Bull, though. That's stretchy pants and stretchy shorts.
He's a man of the world for sure. The 0-1 pitch to Albies is inside for a ball, 1-1. Albies batting .318 this spring, a couple of home runs and 4 RBIs.
I sent out a little tweet too about, you know, T-Mac and how we don't miss him, and Wally Pip and all that stuff.
We certainly miss T-Mac, as that one is lofted into center field. Aaron Altair is over to make the catch.
I don't.
Just keeping his seat warm. That's all I'm doing. So one down here in the top of the first, and that'll bring up Ezekiel Carrera, left fielder. It's a little bit less chaotic in the office when Tom's not here, because he's not jumping out of the closet and scaring folks.
Yeah, for people that don't know, we have a closet in our office, and that behemoth gets in there somehow. And when someone walks in, he jumps out and scares them.
First pitch is fouled straight back over our heads.
Or if you got him, if it comes in here, you got it.
Yes, it's all me.
Yep.
Yeah, Ben and I got caught yesterday. We both went under the table.
Really?
Yeah. He's coming in hot.
Pretty gutsy, aren't you?
I'm no dummy.
Well,
the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss.
Maybe we should let the
just let that one go.
Twitterverse decide that. And that's a pitch right there for Eflin. We talked about the fastball with great movement, but that breaking ball too. If he can get that breaking ball over or get swings and misses with it, you know, he has a chance to be a good one, I think. And again, he's still young. We mentioned it. Right. You mentioned it in the open. Only 23 years old. But I think he's got a really bright future because he's athletic.
He's a big kid. He throws hard, as you mentioned. Ground ball to the right side. Nice stop by Flaherty, but he can't get it out of his mitt. So that'll be a base hit for Carrera, the first hit of the afternoon for the Braves. And he's a one-out base runner. Ryan Flaherty playing second base today, and you want to take a look? This was us yesterday.
Are you kidding me?
I was just glad that Ben also jumped, because
he's 6'4", 250.
Tell me about it.
And chiseled.
I was embarrassed for him, to be honest with you, John.
Oh my gosh.
Well, the batter is Ronald Acuna Jr., who, as I mentioned, has just been absolutely outstanding this spring. One of the youngsters that the Braves are so high on. Top prospects in baseball, batting .417 this spring. He's got 3 home runs and 8 RBIs. Playing center field today. most likely will start the season in AAA.
He still has the options, doesn't he?
He does, and you know, it's one of those contract situations with service time, and if they send him down for the first couple weeks and then bring him up, they get that extra year. So
we have one of those too. That
yep, Scott Kingery falls into that boat. There you see his rankings this spring in baseball. He really has been outstanding. Pitch to Acuna, big swing and a miss. 2-1.
That's the thing too. I get impressed with Eflin is a lot of guys that pitch with movement. They normally the ball will sink down in the zone, but he can elevate with movement too.
Carrera gets the lead off first. Quick throw over. He's back,
and he's hitting ninth today. No, the last game we did, they had Crawford hitting ninth. And
that's right. Yesterday, Vince Velasquez batted in the 8th spot.
Vince batted 8th that day too.
Vince can swing the bat a little bit. So 2-1 pitch. The runner's going. That one is fouled out of play. So Carrera will head back to first, and the count is 2-2.
You like the socks?
Yeah, I have them on.
I know. Oh, you do?
Yeah. Good folks at the Majestic Clubhouse store back in Philadelphia.
Three batters in, and we've already lost it.
Pretty sure that we had lost it before we even started.
Yeah, well before the Open.
What did you think when, you know, obviously you wore the green uniforms?
No.
No, you guys didn't?
No. I don't think. Maybe, oh, a green hat. I think we wore green hats.
Green hats, that was it?
Yeah. Yeah, because we couldn't afford the, back then they couldn't afford the green jerseys too.
Right.
Hey, look at Pee Wee. Huh?
He's wearing that well.
Decked out in green. Boa, fine Irish name.
That's right. Mick Boa, as the ball scoots away from Carlos Santana. Hits the front of the Braves dugout, so Carrera stays put at first. Oh no, he's
going to fix some dirt.
He's just, yeah, he slipped. He didn't like the look of that. The count is 2-2 to Acuna.
I think I'd drop a little breaking ball on him here, even though Carrera might be running again, but still, I don't think he can throw that many fastballs to a really good hitter.
Runner's not going. He fouls that one off his foot.
That's another thing that a breaking ball will do for you too.
That does not feel good. He has that guard on his foot, but obviously it caught a piece where the guard was not protecting. He steps back in with the count 2-2. And another throw over, and that was close. Man. James Hoy says he got back in there. No replay in spring.
But I think you can see the athleticism of Eflin. Look how quick his feet are. Perfect throw. It looked like he was safe.
Yeah, he got his hand back in.
Yeah. Teachable moment for kids. Always go back to the outside of the base.
That's right.
Like Carrera did. That's why he was safe.
Eflin loses that one upstairs. So a full count now to Acuna.
Yeah, strike him out, throw him out. I have a feeling Carrera's going to be running.
I think you're probably right. Carrera gets his lead. Here's the 3-2 pitch. He is running. That one is swung on and driven deep to left field, and Hoskins just turns and looks, and that one is gone. A 2-run shot from Acuna. That is his 5th of the spring, and just like that, the Braves are on top 2-0. I told you they like this kid.
Well, there's a lot to like. I wish he would have ran around the bases instead of watching, but that's okay. It's new way of playing. I'll live with that. But I guess when you hit it like this, you can admire it some, huh? It's a fastball. You saw Rupp. When you have to reach that far, Rupp wanted that ball down and away. That ball stayed center in. Missed location to a power hitter, especially a good hitter like Acuna, and then right away we're down 2-0.
He didn't miss it. So that'll bring up Ruiz, who first pitch swinging. Santana says he'll take it himself. 2 outs. Well, he's widely considered one of the best prospects in baseball, and you're seeing why this spring.
Well, he won't be wearing 82 for long either, I don't think. He's probably going to be one of those that once he gets there, he stays there.
I think you're probably right about that.
Of course, he might have to edge this guy out. Philly killer, isn't he, this spring?
He sure is. Preston Tucker steps in, and we've seen an awful lot of him so far this spring, and he has been good against the Phils. He takes that first pitch a little bit inside for a ball.
Well, you guys think I don't pay attention down there in our little room, but I do.
That's not true.
I hear everyone say, man, he just attacks at fastball. You can hit anyone's fastball, so what are you throwing? First pitch breaking ball. Problem was, it's a ball. Now what?
Well, then he comes back with the fastball on the outside corner for a strike, so 1-1. And Tucker's batting .371 this spring. He's got 1 home run, 6 RBIs, and a big swing and a miss on that one. So Eflin is ahead of Ruiz. 1-2, or Tucker 1-2, and he swings and misses at that one for the final out of the inning. But not before the Braves do some damage. A 2-run shot from Acuna puts the Braves on top as we head to the bottom of the first. Here in the bottom of the first, trailing the Braves 2-0 in front of a sold-out crowd here at Spectrum Field. As we said, lots of green, and today's starting lineup for the Phils is brought to you by Xfinity, America's best internet provider, according to speedtest.net. It'll be Carlos Santana, Rhys Hoskins, Nick Williams for the Phils. Aaron Altera playing center field today. He'll bat fourth, followed by Maikel Franco, Cameron Rupp, Pedro Florman playing shortstop today. Ryan Flaherty over at second. And the pitcher, Zach Eflin, will bat ninth. And they will face Lucas Sims, appearing in his 5th game this spring. An 0-1 record, 6.14 ERA. And also a guy battling for a spot in the rotation on the Braves side of things. And you see the scouting report for him.
91 to 97, quite a differential. I guess he can take something off the heater. Curve change, 1st-round pick. That's all you need to know.
That's right. First pitch from Sims is outside for a ball.
I tell you what, though, Merv, how great is it to see Florimon back playing? Remember that we were there, and he
gruesome injury in Miami last year, a dislocated ankle, and yeah, we talked a little bit about it yesterday. Actually went yard yesterday. His contract purchased by the Phils yesterday, back on the 40-man roster, which is a good sign for him.
He played well.
He did,
and you know, versatile. So he's a good guy to have on the bench.
But you're right. It's almost, he didn't miss a step when we saw him when I got down here a couple weeks ago, and you watched him run for the first time, or I watched him run for the first time here in spring. It was like he was never injured, which is great.
I mean, when that first happened, we thought that this could be.
Yeah, it was pretty gruesome. 2-1 pitch. That is swung on and hit well down the right field line, and that ball is gone. So a leadoff home run from Carlos Santana, his first one of the spring, and just like that, the lead is cut in half. It's 2-1. A line shot that got out in a hurry. fans are on their feet.
Well, it hasn't been the offensive spring so far that Santana wanted, but again, he's a veteran player. He's going to get, try to figure it out by the end. And this is the key right here, timing the fastball. And he timed that one perfectly against Lucas Sims. That was a tracer that got out of here quick.
Well, we've seen this guy hit a couple of tracers. Rhys Hoskins steps in, takes that first pitch inside for a ball. So just like that, solo shot for the Phils. The lead is cut in half.
We ain't done yet.
Well, I don't think so. Nobody out here in the bottom of the first.
How about back to back?
They'll be okay. Hoskins takes that one inside as well for a ball. It's 2-0.
He came up last year and displayed great discipline at the plate. And now you're going to see close pitches. I thought that pitch looked like it was right down the middle. He's going to get some. He's going to get pitches because he's demonstrated that he can be a disciplined hitter.
Yeah, and you had Carlos Santana to that mix, and 3-0 pitch, and he gets the green light and fouls that one. Third base bag. And
are you glad those girls down the line now have helmets?
Absolutely.
That was.
You see how hard that one came in? They don't need to. They need the gloves, they need the helmets, and they need to be paying attention. That's for sure.
Now the ball girls in Philly, one of the things that they have to have played softball or something.
That's right, as that one is on the inside corner. Hoskins thought it was inside.
Might have spoke too soon there with getting the calls.
That'll even up there. Now full count, 3-2 to Rhys Hoskins. Take a look. What do you think?
I think it's a ball. So did Rhys, right? Good hitters think alike.
That's right.
It's spring training for the umpires too, Murph.
Well, now the 3-2 pitch to Hoskins, and he swings at that one and fouls that one past the ball girl down the left field side.
I guess the only one that don't need spring training is T-Mac, huh?
Well, T-Mac back at home, taking care of his wife Meg, who just had surgery, so we wish her the best.
She should be doing that.
Absolutely.
She's a saint.
She is a saint. We know that.
And we wish her the best.
3-2 pitch, and that one is looped down the third base line and foul. She's getting some work down there.
You're right. She's in the running right now for the Gold Glove.
She's like, what did I sign up for? So come on out to the ballpark. Get some sun.
Can't you tell Hoskins to hit the ball the other way?
Well, he's going to have to do it with a new bat if he does, because the last one is done. So he gets new lumber and back into the box for Rhys Hoskins with the count full. Still nobody out here in the bottom of the first. 3-2 pitch, and that one is swung on and hit down the left field line and foul, but sent a long way.
Yeah,
she's a little jumpy down there.
She's a little gun shy right now. Yeah, with the. Hey, she's smiling. So
she is.
I'm sure that one was a little easier to deal with than the other ones.
3-2 pitch again. That one goes the other way. Foul out of play. Check swing. Nice catch in the crowd. No empty seats today. You're not going to find an empty seat if you foul one in there.
St. Patrick's Day always draws a big crowd here, doesn't it?
Sure does.
Glad we got the green shirts.
That took care of you, John. That one's inside. So nice at bat by Rhys Hoskins. Spoils some good pitches, and he is a base runner. And that'll bring up Nick Williams. Playing right field today is Williams. Williams had a couple of hits in yesterday's ball game. Started off slow this spring, batting just 160 this spring, but they're 179 after yesterday through 11 games. Hoskins will take his lead off first. First pitch to Williams misses, 1-0. Dials that one out of play. 1-1 now to Nick Williams. We've seen all different kinds of lineups for Gabe Kapler this year. Santana leading off today, Hoskins in the 2-hole. He's talked about using those guys in all different spots. It'll be interesting to see how he mixes and matches on a daily basis once the season starts.
Yeah, I don't think if I was a player playing for Gabe Kapler that I would drive to the ballpark thinking, all right, I know I'm hitting third today, or I know I'm hitting.
Right.
They're going to end up anywhere.
Yeah, and I've talked to a couple of the players about that, and they're all in. They understand what he's trying to do. They understand the idea of matchups, and
well, most of them are young, so they have no choice but to buy in.
Well, that's true. That is true. Hoskins leads off first. The 2-1 pitch, over for a strike. It's 2-2.
I haven't seen 97 yet out of Lucas Sims. Maybe
he's pacing himself,
building up to that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Saw about 127 leave the bat of Santana.
Yeah, I would like to know what that exit velocity was. It was something special.
Exit velo for a sabermetrician.
Well, there you go. 2-2 pitch, and that's a line drive into center field, and that'll fall for a base hit. Hoskins trips coming around second, so he's going to have to drop the anchor, and runners at first and second. Still nobody out here in the bottom of the first.
Yeah, Reese got a great read on that ball.
He was thinking.
Yeah, and he had every intention, I think, of going to third base because the center fielder Acuna was moving to his left. Tough throw from a center fielder moving to your left, a right-handed thrower. But a little slippage from Reese.
Looked like he just his feet got caught up as he rounded the second base bag, and better to just stay put at that point. So runners at first and second, nobody out, and the batter is Aaron Altair. First pitch to Altair is a little bit low for a ball, 1-0.
This is what you love if you're Gabe Kapler and the coaching staff for the Phillies is, you get down 2-0 before you have a chance to hit. Now all of a sudden it's battle back, and
fouled back by Altair. Yeah, absolutely. We've seen two monster home runs, two lasers of home runs. The wind's not doing much of anything today, blowing a little bit left to right, but pretty gentle breeze, so you wouldn't expect it to be one of those days where it'd be a launching pad here at Spectrum Field.
I've never noticed that before. MLB's flags now, the logo, they have flags. Got the Phillies, the American flag, of course. I should start paying attention.
Maybe a little bit more.
Just look around. Maybe I should just look around and be more observant.
Now, yesterday, was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday it was the Canadian flag instead of the MLB flag on that pole. The Blue Jays in town. 2-1 pitch, swung on, hit the right field. Tucker over towards the line, and he makes the catch. And that's going to allow, though, Hoskins to tag up and move up to third. Nice play by Tucker up against the wall in foul territory. But Hoskins moves ahead, so runners now on the corners with just one out here in the first. Take another look. Heading over towards the right field line, he makes the catch.
Yeah, and that's the thing about spring training is you see a lot of outfielders on the move, but they can't take their eye off the ball for some reason. We're going to go with the high sky. But
okay.
I hate saying it because it's never been low. But that is an issue in spring training. When if this was Atlanta or Philadelphia, he could take his eye off, look where the wall is,
and kind of sprint to a spot at that point.
Yeah, but not here.
Well, Williams leads off first, Hoskins off third. The batter is Maikel Franco. And a quick throw over, and Williams is back. A lot of talk about Maikel Franco and a slow start this spring as well. 2 home runs and 5 RBIs, but batting just 167, another throw over to first. Two weeks to go, John. So, I mean, this is the time where you need these guys, right, to start kind of showing you something.
Last 10 days, but you know, well, 10 days for guys like Santana and Hoskins, but you know, Franco didn't have a great year last year, and you know, at some point, do you have to say, you know, when's he going to turn it on? I thought he was a guy because of what Kingery did last year, and you know, I thought Franco might be a guy that comes in and has to be locked in from day one, but it hasn't he hasn't gotten it going yet this spring.
Takes that one inside for a ball. So 1-0 to Maikel Franco. Well, he's certainly a big part of what the Phillies are trying to do, and you know, everybody believes it's in there.
Yeah, oh, it is in there. The talent's there. It's just the mechanics of his swing right now are off, and he hasn't been able to fix them. And it's not from lack of work.
Right. He certainly does put in the time. We watch.
And the coaches work with him. They've made, you know, they tinker with his swing. They tinker with the, you know, where his foot lands and should he be spread out more or closer.
Right now he's being very disciplined as he takes that one inside for a ball, and it's quickly 3-0 to Maikel Franco.
I think I'd turn him loose. Spring training.
Absolutely.
He's struggling. Try to get a good pitch. And
Cameron Rupp waiting on deck. He homered yesterday. Dead center field. Load him up for the big guy, maybe.
And that is a large man.
3-0 pitch, and he does have the green light. He rockets that one foul down the left field line. Look out in the picnic area.
And people down there. That ain't safe.
Not when they're coming in like that. Just get out of the way and wait till it stops.
Probably won't bounce around though if it hits that concrete or those metal tables.
No.
Probably deaden it.
Well, John, I think we could say that the Phillies are getting some pretty good swings on Lucas Sims so far. Another throw over. Williams gets back. Well, I like that they turned him loose 3-0. Talk about a guy trying to get him locked in. It's a good way to do it. 3-1 pitch. And that one is hit hard and just past Hoskins. And another foul ball, another souvenir.
Another broken bat. Well, we know who's working the hardest here today.
She might want to switch spots with the woman down on the right field line who's not getting nearly the action.
Well, she ought to be getting the hang of it. Now here's where with 2 strikes he has to be still be disciplined. You know, you can't chase. I think that was his issue last year. Once he got 2 strikes, he really expanded his strike zone, which you have to a little, but not as much as he does with, especially with the breaking balls down and away.
Yeah. And the count is full. Runners on the corners, and the 3-2 pitch is Williams running. Ground ball to shortstop. Dansby Swanson has it and over to first for the out, but Rhys Hoskins will score, and it's a brand new ball game. So a productive out for Maikel Franco, who gets the runner home from third base, and we're all tied up here at 2.
Yeah, with Nick running, no chance of a double play, which is pretty basic. 3-2 runner on first. Boy.
Yeah, that was yesterday. Cameron Rupp, dead center field, about halfway up the batter's eye.
We need more of that.
We do need more of that. When he connects, they are loud sounds. So Cameron will step in today. Gets the start today. He was the backup catcher yesterday. Came in late in the ball game. First pitch to Rupp is a little bit low for a ball. It's 1-0.
How's it? Has there been any decisions made on how many catchers they're going to keep, or is it just going to be 2 and
I think
Santana with?
I think it'll probably be 2. Yeah. I mean, you know, I don't think any decisions, final decisions, have been made yet. Of course, you know, Jorge Alfaro, Andrew Knapp, Cameron Rupp. So some serious competition for the catcher spot. 1-1 pitch. Check swing. No swing. So 2-1 to Cameron.
Is Gabe going to wear sleeves? Does he wear sleeves all the time?
You know, I haven't noticed, to be honest with you. I should keep my eyes on.
It's pretty warm out. You should start paying attention. But
it could be for sun protection.
Yeah, it could be.
Foul out of play.
If I had arms like his, though, I think I'd go sleeveless. Another great Pollock sleeveless shirt wearer, Ted Kluszewski. For folks that don't know, played for the Cincinnati Reds.
Sure.
One of my dad's favorite players.
There you go.
Polish.
Because of the Polish descent?
Well, and he can play.
No, that helps.
Remember, they don't boo nobodies.
2-2 pitch, and Rupp swings and misses, and he is a strikeout victim. But the Phils able to, well, get 2 runs on the board here in the bottom of the first, and the first one came off the bat of Carlos Santana. It got out in a hurry. His first home run of the spring, so we head to the top of the second, and we're all tied up at 2. Outside Spectrum Field, those are our trucks right behind home plate, and if you pan a little left and behind them, there's the retention pond. And what do you think, John?
Crocodile, Mark?
No, that's an alligator. I was don't be silly, John. It's an alligator.
Aren't you a big fan of the Florida crocodiles? Gators, crocodiles.
That's our gator cam, so I know that's an alligator. So there you go. Well, Dansby Swanson greets Zach Eflin here in the top of the second. First pitch swinging, and it's base hit back up the middle. So lots of offense so far in this game, and he is a leadoff base runner here in the top of the second.
It's a good sign for Dansby. He really struggled last year offensively, got sent down.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, they talked about Swanson a couple years ago as one of those young players that was going to turn their franchise around, and he has. He struggled.
Wasn't he the first pick in the draft by Arizona? I think it was Arizona, right?
I think so. I think you're
Out
right.
of Vanderbilt.
Mm-hmm.
So he's smart.
There's that. And he gets his lead off first. It's Carlos Franco.
It's no St. Joe's. Don't get me wrong.
I mean, thank you for pointing that out.
Yeah.
That Vanderbilt's a pretty good school.
Yeah. I mean, if you like a bunch of smart people.
Right. Beautiful campus. Great city.
How about that one last night?
Yeah.
Huh?
Everyone's talking about UMBC. We're talking colleges. First time in history Number 16 seed upsets the number 1 seed.
They didn't upset them. They pounded Virginia.
You're right.
Which, you know, Virginia's that very conservative offense, but a stifling defense, and UMBC just, I mean, they just took it to them.
Yeah, not only were they at 1 seed, but they were like the number 1 overall seed.
But you know what I liked about that game is once UMBC got a lead, they didn't try to hold the ball.
Yeah.
They just kept attacking.
They knew what was working for them, and Virginia had no answers.
Who was that football coach that said to prevent defense, the only thing it does prevents us from winning?
Yeah, who did say that?
Bum Phillips, probably. Someone like that.
Well, that's the truth. It's true in most sports, and it was fun to watch. I honestly didn't think that would ever well, I don't know if I would say ever, but I certainly didn't think it was going to happen last night.
Super Bowl champion Chris Long wasn't real happy about it.
No, probably not. Director of Fun and Games John Brazier was not happy about it. A Virginia alum.
Yeah, well, who cares?
We
more worry about Chris Long than we do Brazier.
Well, that's true.
We need him happy for the season.
Yeah, poor Brazier. Nice throw over by Eflin, and
now his business cards are Director of Fun and Games, right?
Probably. I don't know that he's ever given me one, but yeah, he was no fun and games last night at the Brazier household, though. 1-2 pitch in the dirt. 2-2.
We were told he didn't throw his TV out the window, which I guess he's coming around that way.
No, but he did turn his TV off, and with 12 minutes left in the game, he had had enough. And
Big fan.
Well, no, I think he was afraid for his health. He was not handling it well.
So did he take off today? Like,
no, he's here.
1 day morning period or something?
I think we would have understood as the runner's off and running. Throw down from Rupp is right on the money, but no.
Oh, man.
I think maybe Jeremy Rehack missed that one, as Cameron Rupp's throw was right on the money. Pedro Florman put the tag on. The call is safe, so it's a stolen base for Swanson.
Yeah, tough pitch for Cameron. Yeah, ball bouncing in the dirt. He had the backhand. Wow, that is a tough one.
May have gotten his foot in there.
Look at the glove work, though, by Florimon.
Yeah.
Little short hop.
Hard to tell. Bang, bang.
Yeah, he's safe.
So runner at second with nobody out. The 3-2 pitch, and it's ground ball right at the second baseman Flaherty. The only play is to first. Swanson moves to third, and it's 1 out. Hey, season tickets are available. Your best way to enjoy Phillies baseball is with a partial season ticket plan. Plans start as little as 12 games and offer great benefits like price savings as compared to individual game tickets, the comfort of having the same seats in the best location for every game, flexible ticket exchange and donation programs, and invites to exclusive season ticket holder events. So if you're interested, go on to Phillies.com or call 215-463-5000 to order. As little as 12 games.
Gotta love this. Second inning, infield in.
Yeah.
And Chris Stewart's not what you call an offensive catcher. So instead of just letting him reach out and hit a ground ball somewhere to try to score Dansby Swanson, now you make him try to elevate.
I like it.
Pitcher up next.
Maybe get out of this without any damage, I guess, is what Gabe Kapler's thinking. Check swing, and the ball's in the dirt. 1-1 to Stewart. And you see Sims waiting on deck. I think this is a case of it's spring training. Let's work on this.
Yeah. Yeah. Because, I mean, really, how many chances do you get in spring training?
1-1 pitch. Hop foul, and that'll find the seats. So 1-2 now to Stewart.
What do you think? Try to get a breaking ball here? Try to chase? I get a kick out of watching Chris Young down there
moving everyone around.
Air traffic control.
That's exactly what he looks like. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Oh, just missed. 2-2. DJ Rayburn, the home plate umpire today. And off the plate. Cameron Rupp wanted that one. 2-2 pitch. Did he go? Yes, he did. Says James Hoy down there at first base. So a big strikeout for Zach Eflin, and that's the second out of the inning.
Yeah, once you get ahead in the count, if you're Eflin, you try to get this strikeout, even though the infield's in, you still don't want contact made, and that was a borderline pitch, but it did look like he went, whatever the rule is, because there is none.
There is none.
Judgment of the umpire.
So that'll bring up Lucas Sims, the pitcher.
It looks like he could hit.
Nice. Big swing. Fouls that one straight back.
Don't let the big swing fool you.
Well, he doesn't look like he's intimidated up there.
Well, no, but, you know, 1 for 15. He hasn't yet hit his stride.
The 0-1 pitch. Misses. 1-1. Eflin sees that swing. Does he say to himself, all right, I got to approach that a little bit differently, maybe?
No,
it just goes right after him.
Well, he should. Pitch count's getting up.
Yeah. That one's on the outside corner for a called strike. It's 1-2. So runner at third is Swanson. Led off the inning with a single. Zach Eflin trying to work around that leadoff hit. From the belt, the 1-2 pitch in the dirt. 2-2. Nice job by Cameron Rupp. Keep that in front of him. The count's 2-2 now to Lucas Sims.
A really good play by Cameron. Block that ball, keep it in front of you. That's what you, when you're on third base and you're taking your walking lead off of third, you know, that's what you see. If a catcher blocks it and it stays in front of him, there's no chance of advancing, even if it goes off a little bit to the side.
Well, big swing and a miss right there by Lucas Sims. So Zach Eflin does get out of the jam here in the top of the second. Works around that leadoff single. We'll head to the bottom of the second, all tied up at 2. Joined the festivities before the game, and well, they jump right on into Spectrum Field. Andy Serrano right there carrying the U.S. flag, and Rob Little and Kirk Knight, 3 jumpers in all. Phillies flag and POW flag as well coming in, and all perfect landings You would do that, right, John?
Absolutely.
Because they asked. They're coming back next game, and they asked if you would jump with them.
When is it?
Your next game you're working.
No.
You would do that?
No.
No. I would do it, I think. I'd like to do it.
But you're into that.
Well, I'm not, but I think it'd be cool.
You do the bike ride thing every year.
Well, yeah.
From where, Philly to Atlantic City?
Yep. But I think that's a little different than jumping out of an airplane.
What?
Right? Riding a bike?
They're both stupid.
Well, thank you. Yeah.
I mean, riding a bike's not stupid. Jumping out of a plane's stupid. Riding a bike's not stupid unless you're riding it from Philly to Atlantic City.
It's all for a good cause, John.
You go on the expressway?
No, it's mostly back roads. Atlantic City Causeway brings us in. We do go over the Ben Franklin Bridge, though.
How long does it take you? I might try it.
About 4 hours.
No.
No? You're out?
Maybe I'll meet you in Ocean City. Follow you in that last 15 minutes.
Pedro Florman is the batter for the Phils, and he rockets that one to right field. Going back on it is Tucker. He looks up, and it's off the wall. Florman rounds first, and he'll head into second with a stand-up double. And another rocket off the bat. Pedro Florman is a leadoff base runner here in the bottom of the second. Back-to-back games where that swing is looking good for Florman.
Yes, it is. And that, you know, last year when he came up, I mean, he swung the bat well to that ankle injury, and it's good to see. Yeah, it's just good to see him out playing again. Yeah. But you know, swinging the bat like that, and now for Flaherty, there's a different mindset right now with Eflin behind you. You know, yes, you'd love to advance the runner, possibly put a play on with Eflin with a squeeze maybe, but I think this is where you tell Flaherty, you know, let's just try to drive him in.
Let's get him in. Maybe change places with him. Flaherty batting .333 this spring in 14 games. He has the 1 home run. Came yesterday. Philly split squad. That one's over for a strike. It's 0-2 to Ryan Flaherty. I would imagine Ryan Flaherty is, well, celebrated St. Patrick's Day once or twice, right?
I would
hope.
Imagine. How old is he?
0-2 pitch, ground ball to the right side. And Swanson was over there, but the runner moves up to third. I don't know the answer off the top of my head. But hold that thought, because the story earlier today, we told you on the backfields, was Jake Arrieta getting a chance to throw to some live hitters for the first time this spring. There's a lot of anticipation, certainly a lot of eyeballs out there. One guy had the best seat in the house, and that is Phillies catcher Andrew Knapp, who is joining us now in the left field corner. And well, Andrew, everyone wants to know, how did Jake look?
Yeah, he looked great. It was fun getting to get him again. I had the bullpen the other day, and to have him with some live hitters was cool. And we worked together pretty well, but he looked great. He looked really sharp, really in control.
You know, when a pitcher goes out there and gets his work, obviously this kind of thing generally happens early in spring when you're facing live batters for the first time, as Zach Eflin waves at that one. You know, when Jake went out there, he obviously has been working, not in a major league camp, but he has been working. How far along do you think he is right now? Any idea?
Well, he did one up and down today, 30 pitches, so he threw about 15-20, sat down for a second like it was an inning, and then went back out. He looks really good, really under control. I think he wanted to go more, but you know, it was kind of one of those things where we want to take our time with him. Sure. and make sure we don't blow it out early. But yeah, he looked really good, really under control. Everything was really, really sharp. It's really fun catching him.
Andrew, John Crook up here. Hey, have you ever caught anyone with the movement that Jake could put on his ball?
No, it's top of the line stuff. I mean, you have a couple guys out there who throw sinkers like that, or maybe have a cutter, but not all in one package. You know, being able to throw the sinker in any count, the cutter in any count, and then back it up with the curveball and changeup. it's pretty incredible. I think the other thing is he throws across his body so well that for right-handed hitters, it's just wipeout.
Now, the biggest question probably in camp right now, who's in better shape, Jake or Gabe Kapler?
Oh, it's up there. Yeah, I'm really impressed with Jake. It seems like he's always stretching, always taking care of his body. Cap's on another level, though. That guy's, he's insane.
Cap's on Kruk's level. That's
yeah,
what I like at
him and Krucky got the same body.
Yeah, no doubt about it. You know what, Andrew, just in terms of, I asked a couple of the guys, just in terms of the news when it came out a couple days ago that a guy like Jake Arrieta was joining this clubhouse. What was the overall mindset when you heard the news that they were adding a piece like that?
Oh, it was awesome. So exciting. I think it proves that we're a lot closer than some of the critics think, and that he would want to come here, and he picked this team out of 29 other teams to come and win here, and believes that we can do it right now. It just gives us the confidence to go out there and do it. I think it's great. I think it shows that the front office is really pushing this young group and just adding a couple more keys to help us go the distance.
Well, Andrew, I know you've had a busy day. We appreciate you stopping by to chat with us about Jake and how things are going. So thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
All right, Andrew Knapp joining us as Carlos Santana takes that one on the outside corner for a called third strike. So the runner, Pedro Florman, is left over there at third base, and the game remains tied. Thanks, Andrew Knapp, as we head to the top of the third, 2-2 here at Spectrum Field. Spring and summer, stream every NBC Sports Philadelphia broadcast of the Phillies wherever you are. Download and install the NBC Sports app, and you'll never miss a Phillies moment. And what a crowd today here at Spectrum Field. There's hardly any grass showing on the berm out there in left center field and in right center field. And it is a beautiful day, 78 degrees. Not a cloud in the sky as Zach Eflin is back to work here in the top of the third. And he's facing the top of the order for the Braves. Ozzie Albies. And you see all the green, some red mixed in. People enjoying an afternoon ball game, and why not? Pretty good way to spend a Saturday afternoon. Eflin working on Albies through 2 innings, 36 pitches for Zach Eflin, 23 of them strikes. The 2-1 pitch, and that is a hard hit ball right at Santana, who picks it cleanly and steps on the bag. And that's the first out of the inning. Santana had a similar play yesterday that he bobbled, unable to get the handle on. Picks that one cleanly. So 1 out in the top of the third, and that'll bring up Carrera.
Some colorful sunglasses that Santana has on.
Hey, you got to look good too, you know. Carrera squares around as if to bunt and bunts through it. There you go.
I wonder if he wore that in Cleveland when they were winning the American League Championship. Keep the champagne out of his eyes.
You probably could, right? Let's hope he needs them again.
Partial wraparounds. I hope he needs them.
The count is 1-1 to Carrera. He singled in his first at bat back in the first and scored on the home run by Acuna. Manfred misses outside. 2-1 now to Carrera. And ground ball to the right side. Flaherty has it. Tosses over to first. So 2 down here in the top of the third, and that will bring up Ronald Acuna. And we saw what he is capable of in his last at bat. 2-run shot.
Seems to be a lot of guys going to that face mask, that little protective. I know Mike Trout got, I guess last week, got hit in the head with a pitch, and he said he was contemplating wearing one prior to that, but now he said for sure he's going to wear it if he can. You know,
Yeah, I would imagine it'll take some getting used to, right?
Well, I guess. I mean,
Giancarlo Stanton wears it now because of him, you know, taking that pitch to the face a couple years ago. 1-1 pitch is over. Inside corner for a strike. It's 1-2. Do you think that would have bothered you?
Well, probably. There's a lot of things that bothered me.
Yes, I know. The 1-2 pitch, and he fouls that one off the front of the Phillies dugout. So Acuna back in with the count 1-2.
Look at there.
There's Odubel. Nothing bothers him. Upstairs for a ball. 2-2.
That's a priceless man right there.
Odubel getting the day off today. Played yesterday, starting in center field. And that one is swung on. Fly ball center field. Going back on it as Altair at the track, looking up. He jumps and he makes the catch. What a catch by Aaron Altair. He had it all the way, it looked like. Acuna sends one to the track, but it ends up in the glove of Aaron Altair. Nice defensive play for the Phils, and a pretty good inning for Zach Eflin as well. Take another look. Yeah, no problem. I'll take that to the deepest part of the ballpark. And a tip of the cap from Acuna, and we'll head to the bottom of the third. by WB Mason. Who but WB Mason for fast, free delivery? Nobody does it better. Back here in the bottom of the third, Rhys Hoskins is the batter for the Phils.
Another terrible day here in Florida, huh?
Really is, isn't it? Hoskins grounds that one to the left side. Swanson has it. Strong throw gets Hoskins for the first out. We've had a pretty good spring.
Yeah, a little cold spell, a little bit, little cold spell, but you know what? That just builds character.
Well, with what the folks back home have been dealing with back in the Philadelphia area, a couple of nor'easters that have come through over the last couple of weeks. We'll take a little bit of a cold spell down here in Florida, I think. Nick Williams is the batter, and he's first pitch swinging, fouls that one. 0-1 to Nick Williams. He singled in his first at bat. And he hits that one, line drive into center field, but Acuna had a good jump on it, and he makes the catch. So 2 quick outs here in the third.
Quick inning for the Phillies on defense, and unless Aaron Altair does something, another quick one.
Well, let's hope he does something.
I think he will.
There he is, Altair.
Hasn't been great this spring.
How many times do you see the guy in the field make a great defensive play, then comes up and does something at the plate too? So he takes that first pitch over for a strike. 0-1 to Altair. Sims working quickly and finds the inside corner. Breaking ball. It's 0-2 to Aaron Altair. Phillies have hit a handful of balls hard today off Sims, and it's another one, and that'll be a base hit in the left field. So there you have it, off the glove of Swanson, but that'll be a base hit for Altair, and he is a 2-out base runner, and that'll bring up Maikel Franco. I was just about to say that Sims has seemed to settle down a little bit, but the Phillies are certainly getting some good swings off Sims.
Yeah, they are. That's a great positive thing to see when just about everyone in the lineup has really gotten some good hacks at him.
Yeah.
And that's what you want to see. You know, hits. You know, after it leaves the bat, you really can't control where it goes. You can't control the outcome after it leaves the bat, but just the quality of at bat, and you know, pretty much everyone in this lineup has thrown together some pretty good at bats against him.
Franco grounded out in his first at bat, and he pops that one up, and it's heading back towards the Phillies dugout, but there's going to be room, and the third baseman grabs it, and that will end the inning. So just like that, Maikel Franco pops out, and we're headed to the top of the fourth, still tied up at 2. Saturday, August 4th. It is the Wall of Fame inductees this year. Roy Halladay, of course, will go into the Wall of Fame along with Hall of Famer Pat Gillick. And Pat Gillick joins us now, of course, the Phillies president, Phillies general manager, and helped bring a World Series to Philadelphia. We welcome Pat to the booth. How are you?
All right, Murph. How are you guys doing?
Doing well. And, you know, you see that graphic, and you'll be heading up onto the Wall of Fame. And forever be remembered, of course, alongside that guy as a Wall of Fame member.
Sorry,
what were your you know, sometimes you're in good company, sometimes you're not. But
no, I think, you know, to have John Kruk and Larry Bow and Carlton and Roberts, you know, Vukovic, Dallas Green, the Pope. I mean, that's a great bunch of people. So I'm just really humbled and honored that I was selected for the Hall in 2000 or for the Wall in 2018.
It's always a terrific day in Philadelphia. It'll have some, you know, somber overtones, obviously, this year with Roy Halladay also being inducted onto the Wall. But I would imagine, you know, knowing Roy the way you did, probably pretty special as well to know that you're going in together.
It is, and as I said yesterday, it's unfortunate that, you know, he can't be with us.
Yeah.
Great person, great player, just an unfortunate situation.
What were your thoughts when you first heard the news that it would be you this year?
Surprised and shocked, and as I said, humbled. You know, because I've only been here in Philly for about 12 years, and really, actually, for 3 years, was a general manager. So, you know, to go in, it's really humbling. And as I said, the guy alongside of me, plus the rest of the people that are up on the wall, Greg Luzinski, etc. I mean, it's a great group.
Are you the first guy that's ever gone into any team's Wall of Fame or Hall of Fame after you've been inducted into Major League Baseball's Hall of Fame?
I think you got one there, John. Yeah, I think possibly. You know, I've got some other honors, but I think this is the first one after the HOF. You know.
Well, it was a long time coming. Then it was an obvious choice to get you up there on the wall. You know, you think do you start thinking about the words that you'll say to the fans when you do get that chance to speak on August 4th?
Absolutely, and as my wife said, be short and sweet. So, and, you know, sometimes you get up there and ramble for 15 or 20 minutes. We kind of have at the Hall of Fame. We've got a couple of records. There's a guy, Jim Bunning used to sit in the back row and have a stopwatch and time the speeches. And right now, Carlton Fisk is in the lead.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Carlton Fisk talked for the longest time as Preston Tucker grounds that one into the shift, but that'll be a base hit as the Flaherty playing deep into right field, unable to make that throw over to first. So runners on the corners now here in the top of the fourth, and Zach Eflin's going to have to work out of a jam again. Danzy Swanson coming to the plate. You know, you look at this year's team, Pat, and obviously, I know you follow it day in and day out, and there's a lot of reasons to be excited about this young team.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of young talent here, and they made some nice additions. The veteran people in the bullpen and Arrieta and Santana. So you need those kind of people to learn how to win and compete day in and day out. And so, you know, I'm excited what's happening on the field, and there's a lot of good players in the pipeline down in the minor leagues. So it's not just a one-shot situation. I think there's going to be some talent, you know, flowing upwards for a period of time.
Any similarities to the team you built to be world champions in 2008 with this squad? I know, you know, we don't know if there's a Jimmy Rollins. We don't know if there's a Chase Utley. Of course, Ryan Howard's first handful of years, he was headed to the Hall of Fame with the numbers he put up. But anything you see in this team that says, you know what, they kind of remind me of that group?
Well, you know, there's some of the players that we, you know, have on the field, and again, you know, we talk to the fans about prospects, and then when they don't make it, the fans think that we don't know what we're talking about. But, you know, they're still prospects, and basically some prospects make it and some don't. And some disappoint you and some over exceed your expectations. So, you know, there's some people. Hoskins has come up and did a nice job last year. Alfaro's looked good in spring training. So consequently, you know, I think there's some people to look at, and some people we can count on in the future. And I think we're building a nice nucleus here in Philadelphia.
You know, what does that mean, though, when this young group of players, and especially the starting rotation, very young, And then you have a guy with the pedigree of Jake Arrieta that says, you know what, I want to come to Philly. And he walks in that door. Those young kids have to just be running to him, don't they?
Absolutely, and I think that you know, it uplifts everyone. Not only uplifts the clubhouse, it uplifts the coaching staff, the fans. You know, I think everybody gets a boost when a guy like Jake Arrieta commits to come here. And again, I think when you're sitting on that bench and Jake Arrieta's pitching and you're a pitcher, you're observant and you're taking everything in you possibly can, because he knows how to win. He was a Cy Young Award winner, and I'm certain he's going to lead these kids in the right direction.
Well, you more than most people, Pat, know exactly what Matt Klentak is going through as he tries to build this team. What do you think is the toughest part? Is patience the toughest part for a general manager at this point in the process?
Yeah, patience and goes right along with patience. It's basically sticking to your game plan and you know, tweaking it along the way. Certainly you're going to make tweaks, but try to be consistent. If you have one game plan and then all of a sudden that you can that one and try to go to another one, you lose something in the transition. So it's get a good game plan. If you have confidence in it, stay with it and be patient. You know, baseball it's not a quick situation like the NBA or the NFL. It takes a while to put a squad together.
Pat Gillick joining us in the booth for this top half of the inning here in the fourth. Runners on first and second, nobody out, as Zach Eflin is trying to work out of a little bit of a jam, and Franco is the batter. Ball's in the dirt. So 2-2 now to Carlos Franco. You know, Pat, spring training is a time, obviously, where guys are trying to get their work in, and John and I have been talking a little bit about it. At what point from where you sit do you say to yourself, all right, I'd like to start to see some of these offensive guys start to put up the numbers that we expect that they can do in the regular season?
Probably last week of week of spring training, last week or 10 days of spring training. You'd like to see the people who are going to be on the field day in and day out, you know, starting to hit stride. And but you know, up to that period of time, basically everybody's getting in shape, making sure that they're ready to go. And then from the last week or so, then you look at their performance.
You've gotten a chance, I'm sure, to spend a little bit of time with Gabe Kapler, and Phillies fans are starting to get to know him as well. What have been your impressions so far?
A change, probably a change, a refreshing change, a little different approach, and a very smart guy. Really, you know, really wants to hold the players accountable for what they do on the field, and so consequently, you know, the players are accountable to him. I think he's in their corner. He's encouraging them all the time. He's very positive. He's very upbeat. But at the same time, he's going to hold these players accountable for their play on the field and the way they conduct themselves. Accountability,
an important factor. Pedro Florem unable to get that one out of his glove to complete the double play there. One out recorded over there at second base, and Rick Kranitz out to have a conversation with Zach Eflin. Obviously, you know, pitching is such a big part of this game, and these young guys that the Phillies are getting a look at this spring, and you know, kind of seeing who's going to be filling out the end of the rotation. When you think about guys, 23-year-old guys who are still learning what it takes to be winners in the big league, that's a process in and of itself, is it not?
Yeah, that's what I kind of mentioned yesterday when I was speaking. It takes a while for people to get their feet on the ground, and especially you know, the younger people and pitchers. You know, to really feel comfortable and confident out there. And so sometimes some of them come real quick, you know, and other times it takes a little longer. So, you know, I think another year for them to really feel like they're a part of the nucleus of this club. But sometimes it takes a little longer than you first anticipate.
Runners on the corners. Chris Stewart at the plate. And Eflin has his sign. First pitch swinging. Stewart going back on that one in right field as Williams will make the catch, but keeping up the score, the run. So another run across. 4-2 Braves here now with 2 outs in the top of the fourth. So Stewart gets his job done. Before we let you go, I know you had a little bit of a press conference yesterday, and obviously everyone wants to know your thoughts on where you think this club is right now and where they could be in the near future.
Well, I think for 2018, I think certainly there's been some great improvements over 2017, and again, everybody says this is you always kind of looking for an out. It depends a lot on injury and staying healthy. I mean, lost Eichhoff for a period of time, and so there's 3 younger guys competing for that 4th and 5th spot. So it depends on injuries, but I certainly think that the club's going to improve on the number of victories they had last year, and hope they can build on it. And you never know, if they stay healthy and some of these kids come around, we could be there a little sooner than I anticipate.
Well, that's what it's all about, moving forward each season, trying to get to that next level, and that's what these guys are certainly trying to do. Pat, we appreciate you taking a couple minutes and joining us. Congratulations on the
thanks a lot
on the Wall of Fame honor, and certainly well deserved.
Okay, and I'll be looking to get up there with Crockett.
Yeah, Jay, try to get your plaque right next to his.
Just don't hug me, because I'll be sweating profusely.
Thanks a lot, Pat. We appreciate it.
All right.
Pat Gillick.
Thanks, Pat.
The newest member of the Phillies Wall of Fame that we'll celebrate in August. And Zach Eflin able to get the strikeout there against Lucas Sims, and that's the 3rd out of the inning. But 2 runs across for the Braves. There you see it, Saturday, August 4th, the 2018 Phillies Wall of Fame inductees, Pat Gillick and Roy Halladay going up on the wall. Certainly both well-deserved. Toyota. Save big all March during Toyota's Ready, Set, Go sales event. Toyota, let's go places. And by Xfinity, America's best internet provider according to speedtest.net. All kinds of headgear in the crowd today as we celebrate St. Patrick's Day. Zach Eflin may be done for the afternoon. 4-2, Braves on top of the Phils as we head to the bottom of the 4th. And Cameron Rupp will lead it off here in the bottom of the 4th for the Phils. He struck out in his only at bat.
I think a mixed bag right there with Eflin. I thought he threw some quality pitches when he needed to, but then some things went a little sideways when, especially that last inning, 3 hits in a row.
Yeah, they hit a couple balls hard. There's been some hard hit balls on both sides today. Cameron Rupp takes that one outside for a ball. Rick Cranitz having a conversation with Eflin. Rupp takes that one over for a strike. It's 1-2 to Cameron Rupp. It'll be Rupp, then Flourmont and Ryan Flaherty here in the bottom of the 4th. Phil's trail by 2. And he goes upstairs to get that one, and a base hit. Back in through between the second baseman and the shortstop in the shift. And another hard hit ball, and Cameron Rupp is a leadoff base runner.
How did he get on top of that?
I don't know how he did. He went up and got it, that's for sure.
Well, a good sign for Cameron. Boy, he had offensive struggles last year and never seemed to get right. And home run yesterday, now a base hit here today.
So he will take his lead off first, and Pedro Florman, who doubled in his only at bat back in the second, will step to the plate. 1 on, nobody out. And he swings and fouls that one out of play. So 0-1 to Pedro Florman.
I think this year more so, you know, than last year. A lot more so than last year because of now depth and because of competition. You know, there's sometimes you can walk in there in spring training and look around the room and say, yeah, you know,
I've got my 25.
Yeah, if I struggle, I'm still going to make the team. They didn't know what else to take my place. But you know, now there's options for, you know, the Phillies front office and the Phillies coaching staff to.
And I would imagine if you're the front office, that's exactly how you want it.
Absolutely.
I mean, competition is a good thing for sure.
Yeah, there's something about finding out about a guy when there's a sense of urgency.
Yeah. Foul ball off the front of the Braves dugout. It's 1-2 to Pedro Florman.
I had 2 spring trainings where they told me if I didn't have a great spring, I was going home. That's a sense of urgency. It was one after my rookie ball season because I stunk. And then the next one was 1986, my first big league camp. You either make the team out of camp or you're going home. Like, oh boy.
And I would imagine you rose to the occasion.
I did,
since you're still here.
Really well, yeah. But you know, my spring training, every game in spring training those years was Game 7 of the World Series.
Right.
It was locked in, dialed in, ready to go.
And did you know that coming into camp? Were you able to?
Yeah.
You had that sense coming in? Yeah.
Yeah, well, they told me.
Yeah. So you come in good shape and you're.
Yeah. I hit well.
Good-ish.
I wasn't as round.
There you go. Round is a shape, so.
It is a shape.
Yep. And 1-2 pitch inside, and that got a piece of Pedro Florman. So he'll take his base. Runners at first and second, nobody out. And that'll bring up Ryan Flaherty. So
Eflin's in the on-deck circle.
yeah, I like it. So we won't close the book on him just yet. And take a look. If you're going to get hit, it's the way to do it, right?
Looked like he just grazed his pants by his hip.
Well, Zach Eflin is in the on-deck circle, but a conversation on the mound here for the Braves.
Is that Walt Weiss?
It is Walt Weiss. He's managing the team today. It's a split squad for the Braves, so they're also playing back in Orlando, which is where Brian Snitker is, their manager. So Walt Weiss has made a decision, a pitching change here at Spectrum Field. We'll be back right after this. Opening night. It'll be Saturday, April 7th versus the Miami Marlins. Game time is 6:05 And free to fans 15 and over, the McDonald's opening night Be Bold t-shirt. Going out to all fans 15 and over. Go to Phillies.com to get your tickets for McDonald's opening night. Right around the corner.
We'll be there, Murph.
Yes, we will. I mean, we get t-shirts. You're 15 and over, right?
By a lot.
Couple times over. we both get 3 shirts each. That's how much we are.
Multiple of 15s.
Yeah. New pitcher for the Braves, Angelo Gomez, the right-hander. 7th game this spring. And that is hit inside the bag down the first base line. That's going to be extra bases for Flaherty. 1 run will score as Rupp comes across the plate, and a stand-up double for Ryan Flaherty. And the Phils cut back into the Braves lead. It's 4-3. Welcome to the ball game, Angelo Gomez. Nice piece of hitting by Ryan Flaherty.
And another hard hit ball by the Phillies. And that's a beautiful thing right there, because you know coming in that Eflin wasn't going to hit. You got a pinch hitter coming up behind him, and you know, once you get somewhere in that count where you know the fastball's coming, the veteran Flaherty knows what to do with those.
So he is aboard at second. Down there at third is Pedro Florman. Second and third, nobody out, and a pinch hitter for Zach Eflin. So his day is done. Mitch Walding at the plate. 333 this spring. He's got a homer, 5 RBIs. Takes that one on the outside corner for a strike. It's 1-1. Well,
again, this is what the Phillies staff, Gabe Kapler, looking for right here. First baseman's playing in. Second base is deep. You got left-hand hitter, second and third, no outs. This is a get him over, get him in situation right here. Grounder to second. Game is tied, and now you have another runner at third with less than 2 outs for Santana and Rhys Hoskins.
Productive at bats is something that they've talked a lot about as Walding swings through that one. It's 2-2 now to Mitch Walding. Gomez took a little something off of that pitch. There's lots of ways to score runs.
Hey, there's nothing better. I mean, you'd love to score runs with hits, but when you can score runs with outs.
That one's foul off the tarp. Yeah, you know, there's that discussion, you know, is strikeout's just another out, but in situations like this, it's certainly not.
No, it's not. And if the game of baseball gets to where, that's okay, I quit.
2-2 pitch, swung on, lifted down the left field line, over to try and get it is Carrera. He can, it 1 hops into the corner. 2 runs are going to score. Walding rounds second, and he'll head back to second. So a 2-run double for Mitch Walding, and just like that, the Phils take the lead 5-4. Carrera was shaded over towards right field, and that one landed softly in the corner and rattled around. That's exactly what you're looking for.
Yeah, and that's the thing with Walding right there. Once you get 2 strikes, all bets are off. You just got to try to hit it where it's pitched, put the ball in play, try to make something happen, and he put the ball in play, and he got the bonus plan, the double, 2 RBIs. Phils take the lead again, and now you got the opportunity to add on here with the top of the order coming up.
That's right. Carlos Santana steps in. He's homered already today. He's 1 for 2. Still nobody out. 3 runs across here in the bottom of the 4th. That ball rattled around in the corner, which allowed Walding to think about 3. We lose sight of it when it's down that left field corner, but look at this one. Over the bag, down the third base line, and that's going to score Walding. And Santana is going to cruise into second with a stand-up double. So the hits keep on coming for the Phils, and they extend their lead at 6-4. Little cue shot over the bag at third base.
Yeah, shift that.
And it's another double for the Phils. Carlos Santana is 2 for 3 today.
I mean, you see where his eyes were set, so he was actually seemed like he was trying to go with that pitch and go the other way.
You mentioned the shift was on, so only one infielder on that side of the diamond.
Now, this is when you tell Reese, you know, hey, let's not just give yourself up and hit a grounder to second now to get him over.
Let's see if he can do some damage. And that one's in the dirt. Nice stop by Stewart.
Even though he's your second hitter,
he's your power guy.
He is an RBI guy. Then look, if he gets something out over the plate, he can drive to right field. You try to hit a double to right field, not a grounder to second for him.
Well, Hoskins walked at his first at bat and scored a run. He's also grounded out today. And he skies that one straight up. Off with the mask is Stewart. He can't find it, and now he does, and able to make the catch. He lost it there for a second. That one was a major league pop-up. Nice play by Stewart. And Rhys Hoskins pops out for the first out of the inning. That can't be easy. Whew.
Can't be easy, can't be fun. I mean, you looked it up right there. He didn't even throw his mask. Usually a catcher by now has thrown his mask, but I think he was going to try to use everything he could to try to block the sun. Glove, throw the mask up there, take the helmet off, throw it up there too.
Give him a lot of credit for staying with that one. So that's the first out of the inning.
That's called stick-to-itiveness.
Well said. Stick-to-itiveness. So let's bring up Nick Williams. 1 for 2 today. And he fouls that one back to the net. 0-1 to Nick Williams. Santana down there at second with 1 out. 4 runs across in the 4th for the Phillies.
Okay, let's get some more.
Why not? 0-2 now to Williams. A little bit of shift on for Nick Williams, with Swanson, the shortstop, playing almost right behind second base. The 0-2 pitch off the hands and fouled out of play. We'll do it again. Gomez has his sign from Stewart. The 0-2 pitch, and cued down at third base. Ruiz looks at the runner back and gets Williams over there at first. So a nice play defensively by Ruiz down there at third. Runner unable to advance, and that's the second out of the inning. Well, John, we're counting down to opening day. And it's just 12 days, 1 hour, 29 minutes, and 36 seconds away. In case you wanted to know.
Pretty exact, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very exact. 4:10 start in Atlanta.
What are we doing after the game?
I don't know. Go get something to eat, right?
Are you going?
I'll be there.
Guess I won't be. Tell me where you're going.
Okay, I will give you a heads up.
Where do you go in Atlanta? I can't even remember where we stayed.
Well, we stay over there in Buckhead.
Yeah, yeah.
Very nice section of Atlanta. Aaron Altair, the batter. And he takes that one over for a strike. It's 1-1. Don't worry, we won't leave you behind. The new ballpark in Atlanta, which we saw last year in its inaugural season, a beautiful place.
I tell you what, I can't get anyone to drive up with me from here.
As enticing as that offer is.
It's amazing. Larry Anderson just flatly turned me down.
He did. Well, Larry will be heading back to Philadelphia.
Yeah, no, but I mean, what else do you have to do?
There he is.
Speak of the old devil, and I mean old.
There he is. Aaron Altair rips that one, but right at Ruiz at third, and that's the final out of the inning. But it was a productive inning indeed for the Phils offense, as well, just about everybody getting in the swing of things. Right, Flaherty and Mitch Walding and company. 4 runs across for the Phils, and they lead it 6-4.
It's the one and only Ford Truck Month. The place to find one-of-a-kind deals on Ford F-Series, including Motor Trend's Truck of the Year F-150. With best-in-class towing and torque, these bad boys make the rules and break them. That's why it's America's best-selling truck 41 years straight. But like ribs at a barbecue, these deals won't last long. Ford Truck Month. It's buy now time, partner.
Now you can get a new F-150 with $10,809 in total savings or lease for just $229 a month. Only at your local Ford store.
Hands go here. Feet go here. You know what goes here. And your approval rating goes here. Test drive the Z-Track Z540R at your John Deere dealer and learn why it's not how fast you mow. It's how well you mow fast. Nothing runs like a Deere. Save $250 when you test drive and buy a John Deere residential Z540R Z-Track mower.
I just picked up the kid for the baby shower.
You know she's having a boy, right?
Need to make a quick switch? We thought about that.
Joe!
Need a little more room? We thought about that.
Hold on, Jill's texting me.
Need to stay connected?
You have a message from Jill.
We even gave that a thought, too. Buick Encore and Buick Envision, part of Buick's 3 SUV lineup. It's March Madness. Current lessees, switch to Buick and get this low-mileage lease on this 2018 Buick Encore for around $159 per month.
Well, John, the Phillies spring ballpark pass is back. All April games, excluding opening day, 15 games in all for only $50. Your tickets are accessed through the MLB.com ballpark app. If you'd like to do it, it's a great deal. Catch some baseball in April. Visit Phillies.com/spring pass to purchase yours today.
I'm assuming we need a left fielder.
Yep, no one out in left field right now. Stand by. Stand by, he's coming. You don't often see this. Well, Hoskins was in left, and there were some changes that we'll get to in just a second, but someone didn't get the message. We'll find out who that was. And it's Andrew Pullen. So Pullen is headed out to left field. Maybe he was indisposed for a moment. There's Danny Ortiz. He's in center. He did get the message, so he's out there. Colin Calgill is in right, and Mitch Walding is over there at first base. And there's a new pitcher. Tom Windle is the new pitcher for the Phils, so Zach Eflin's day is done, as we know. Windle, the lefty, facing Ozzie Albies to lead it off for the Braves.
I'm assuming the young man in left field probably not, arms not loose.
What do you think? How quickly until that ball finds him out there in left field, right?
Yeah, you know someone's going to hit one in the gap, and he's going to go over and chase it down, and might as well run, right?
Might as well. Albies is 0 for 2 today, and he squares around the bunt and pulls it back. 2-1 to Albies. .286 for the Braves a year ago. 6 home runs and 28 RBIs. He will be their everyday second baseman. 2-1 pitch, misses. It's 3-1. Windle, of course, came over with Zach Eflin, the trade that sent Jimmy Rollins to the Dodgers. So Albies swings through that, and it's a full count. He was a second-round pick back in 2013. 3-2 pitch. Grounded foul, and they'll do it again. Spent last season with Reading. He was 3-2 with a 4.24 ERA. 36 games for the Titans. 3-2 pitch. Popped up center field. Ortiz going back, and he makes the catch. The ball drifted a little bit further than I thought it carried.
I thought that was going to be a come in and call off the second baseman.
Yeah, so did I. The wind blowing a little bit harder than it was at the beginning of the game, but one carried a little bit further. But Albies is the first out here in the 5th.
I wonder what that conversation was about.
Cameron Rupp and home plate umpire DJ Rayburn having some words. Look cordial.
Yeah. Well, Cameron's a cordial guy.
Yes, he is. Ezekiel Carrera is the batter. He takes that one outside for a ball. He's 1-0. Bit high, 2-0 to Ezekiel Carrera. 1 for 2 this afternoon. Mentioned the Braves are playing 2 games today, split squad. Big swing and a miss. So not a whole lot of their regulars over here in Clearwater. Albies is their second baseman. He will be. And Dansby Swanson's their shortstop. Preston Tucker we've seen. He'll play probably a couple different outfield positions for them. That one's over the inside corner for a strike.
No Tyler Flowers, no Freddie Freeman, no Nick Markakis.
Johan Camargo. Two-two pitch. Fouled, and well, I think Mike Calfranco lost that in the sun. We've seen that before as a beach ball now ends up on the field. But that one landed in the dirt about 10 feet in front of the Phillies dugout, but I don't think Maikel Franco ever saw it.
I don't think he saw it, but
that's not the first time we've seen that this year.
Yeah, no. Last year, remember, he had a couple pop-ups. He didn't have his glasses on.
Yep.
They're on top of his hat.
I do. 2-2 pitch. Ground ball foul. Well, that's sun right over the roof here at Spectrum Field right now at this time of the day. 2-2 pitch. Ground ball into the shift. Floorman can't handle it, and that is going to be an error on the Phillies shortstop. And Ezekiel Carrera is a base runner with 1 out. Just popped up a little too soon. The Villanova Wildcats today get themselves a victory, so congratulations to them. 81-58 over Alabama. And they move on. Mikal Bridges, 23 points for him. And they're headed to the Sweet 16 as Villanova. How's your bracket looking?
I didn't do one this year because
No?
I anticipated Buffalo beating Arizona.
Yeah,
and,
I know you did. You had mentioned that to me.
UNBC. I actually had a guy I played baseball with in a summer league. Went to UNBC, played baseball there.
Okay.
So I had rooted for them.
So
no, I don't root against anyone. I'd like to see Carolina win.
Yeah, big Carolina guy, right? Well, they could.
They got as good a chance as any right now. I tell you, I watched that ACC tournament. I didn't think anyone could beat Virginia. I mean, that defense there is, but man.
This goes to show you. As Acuna is at the plate. He homered in his first at bat. Flew out to center field, deep center field, on a nice play by Aaron Altair in the 3rd. So he's had 2 good at bats as the youngster. Carrera leads off first. 1-1 pitch. Carrera's running. That one's fouled out of play, so Carrera will have to go back. So this was the first at bat back in the first inning for Acuna, and you knew that one was gone, right, John?
Yes, there was no doubt about it whatsoever. Just how far. I mean, you can see it though, the bat speed, the balance.
And we'll toss over to first. Carrera is back. He has been a tough out this spring, batting .421. Another throw over to first. So Ronald Acuna Jr. will be a name that we will see for many, many years, I would imagine, in the National League East. There goes the runner. Good pitch to throw on. Cameron Rupp's throw down and not in time. Bang, bang play at second as the tag is applied, and it's a good throw by Cameron Rupp, but it was a great jump by Carrera.
Yeah, I think what hurt here, look where Cameron's sitting. He wants his fastball up and in. Instead, it's up and away. And just that split second from having to reach across his body to get to the pitch. That Carrera in there safely.
So he is at second base with one out. 2-2 count on Acuna. And a good breaking ball called, third strike, and Acuna knew it. Nice pitch by Tom Wendell, and he gets him looking for the second out of the inning. Take another look.
A little backdoor big bending breaking ball that Acuna gave up on and came back and caught the outside part of the plate to get him, and now we're going to see someone else.
That's right. Gabe Kapler working to making his way out to the mound. So we've got a pitching change here, and we'll tell you all about it when we get back. St. Patrick's Day cap by New Era. It features a beveled rubber Liberty Bell logo on the front and a shamrock patch on the side. You can get your cap today at the Majestic Clubhouse store at Citizens Bank Park. It's open daily from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. And I got one of them. That's a good looking hat. You can get the socks to match too, John. They're very comfortable socks. I'll get you a pair.
I've seen the socks.
Yeah. Fernando Abad is the new pitcher for the Phils, 2-1, 2017. He comes into the game with 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. Runner on second. And Rio Ruiz will be the first to face him. He's doubled and scored in his last at bat. He's 1 for 2. You see Carrera at second. He was safe on an error. Phil's lead at 6-4. 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. Bond, first pitch, and first pitch swinging is Ruiz, and that one is over the wall in right field and gone. So just like that, the Braves tie it up. A 2-run shot by Rio Ruiz. And we're all locked up at 6. Talk about an ambush.
That didn't take long, did it?
No.
Yeah, I like that approach, though. Lefty against lefty. You know, why take a pitch? You just got a hanging breaking ball right there, and just another beautiful swing by another young Braves player.
Well, there's been a lot of offense in this one on both sides, as Israel Wilson is the pinch hitter for the Braves. Back and forth, back and forth. 2-run leads being erased by both teams. Phillies did it twice. Now the Braves have done it. And Wilson gets that one off the end of the bat. Pulling out there in left field, is there to make the catch. And that will end the inning. But Braves get 2 back, and we're all tied up at 6 as we head to the bottom of the 5th.
It's official. Jeff D'Ambrosio, Destination Downingtown.
The game Wednesday versus the Memphis Grizzlies. Winners get a behind-the-scenes tour of the NBC Sports Philadelphia studios, plus go courtside for pregame warm-ups. Deadline is tomorrow night, so log on to NBC Sports Philadelphia to enter now. 6-6 as we head to the bottom of the 5th. Angelo Gomez, he remains in the game, pitching for the Braves. Kel Franco will step in to be the first to face him here in the 5th. Franco 0 for 2 today. Brand new ball game, John.
Yes, it is. That's the beauty of baseball, though. That's why you play 9. You always have a chance.
That's right. Franco takes that one inside for a ball. It's 3-0 quickly to Maikel Franco.
Swinging.
.30 pitch. He is swinging. He fouls that one past the third base bag. So 3-1 to Franco. Everybody gets the green light.
St. Patrick's Day.
There you go. There's those socks I was talking about.
Those are sporty.
They are. Dusty Wathan down there, third base coach for the Phils. Maikel Franco turns on that one. That 12 hit to left center field. Going back on it at the track at the wall. And that ball is gone. Onto the burn and into the crowd. And And Maikel Franco with his 3rd home run of the spring. And just like that, the Phils jump back out into the lead at 7-6. That is good to see.
Yeah, he had a couple good swings, 3-0 pitches, and just was out in front of him. That one, he waited just another split second, and there it went. But that's what you like to see. He didn't pull off, and that's been, for the last couple of years, that's been Franco's issues. His stride gets a little crazy sometimes, stepping more towards third than he is toward the pitcher. And that one there, he just short stepped it and got that foot down early and let the hands do the work.
All smiles for Maikel Franco, the Phillies dugout. 7-6 now, the Phils with the lead. Cameron Rupp will be the batter. Takes that one inside for a ball. 1-1 to Rupp, who homered yesterday, as we talked about. 6 extra base hits for the Phils this afternoon. That one finds the outside corner for a strike. Upstairs for a ball, 2-2 to Rupp. Pedro Florman waits on deck. Pedro's awful close to the home plate circle, is he not?
Yeah, I mean, just, you know, speed up rules.
Just a shorter walk in the dirt.
I don't know why the teams waste their time with an on-deck circle.
I would agree with you.
I mean, I guess it's just somewhere to put the pine tar rag and the warm-up bat or whatever, that weighted bat.
Aesthetics. So Cameron Rupp walks, heads on down to first. Pedro Florman will be the batter, but first a conversation for the Braves. Gomez in his 2nd inning of work. Came in for Lucas Sims, who was the starter today for Atlanta. Braves do have some bullpen action. Manny Barreda warming up, the right-hander. Number 96. Well, the message has been delivered, and Florman will step in to face Gomez. Rupp leads off first. Still nobody out here in the 5th. And that pitch sails outside for a ball, 1-0. Ball 2, 2-0 to Pedro Florman. Been on base twice today. He doubled, hit by a pitch. Hits him, sails past the catcher Stewart. That'll allow Cameron Rupp to move up to second. A wild pitch. Angelo Gomez.
Yeah, that was a little bit in.
A little bit inside.
A little bit inside. Just missed his target. Tried the corner.
So Florman steps back in. 3-0 count. Runner on second now is Rupp. Over for a strike, 3-1.
Little Eagles chant just broke out in the crowd.
We've heard a couple of those this year.
Probably hear some more.
Understandably so. And you see Frenchie's Tiki Bar is packed on this St. Patrick's Day as Florman fouls that one back off the mask of Stewart. And it's 3-2 now to Florman. It is a sea of green and red, as you would imagine on St. Patrick's Day. Sold out crowd here at Spectrum Field. And we're seeing a lot of offense. Another foul ball. It remains 3-2 to Florman. Gomez from the belt, 3-2 pitch. Upstairs, and he walks him. So back-to-back walks now for Gomez. And that takes us to our Toyota Spring Report. And we're looking at the Braves and what they did against one another last year in 2017. It was, well, mostly Phil's, 13-6. Phil's advantage in the 19 games that they played last year. 252 average for the Phils, some good pitching for the Phillies. And, well, that's what they're going to have to do again this year. Take advantage of some teams in their division if they're going to want to be in the hunt. Meanwhile, a pitching change here at Spectrum Field. So we'll have all the details for you when we come back. Fans, spring training is here, and on MLB.tv, watch select spring training games live on your favorite supported devices. Blackout and other restrictions do apply for regular season games. Visit MLB.tv for details. Why not? You got your phone anyway. Get it just about anywhere you want. 7-6, the Phils with the lead, and some runners on here in bottom half of the inning. And the new pitcher for the Braves is Manny Barreda, the right-hander. 25 games in the minors a year ago for the Braves. 3.40 ERA. Ryan Flaherty is the first to face him. Takes that pitch outside for a ball. It's 1-0. Flaherty doubled down the right field line in his last at bat.
I think the way this thing's going, Murph, one run's not going to be enough.
I think you're right about that. Misses outside again. 2-0 now to Flaherty. Rupp's at second. He walked. Florman at first. He also walked. And it's ground ball to the right side. And they'll make the play over to second to get the runner at second, Florimon. So a nice play by Albies to Swanson, and that's the first out of the inning. But runners at the corners now. As Flaherty safe on the fielder's choice. No way they'll turn two, but they keep the double play in order. And that'll bring up Mitch Walding, who also doubled in his last at bat.
Here's where, if you're Walding, you want to get something a little bit elevated, try to get something in the air. or hard hitting that hole between first and second.
Takes that first pitch over for a strike. It's 0-1 to Walding. Add on when you can, especially in a game like this where runs seem to come in bunches. So Cameron, we're up 90 feet away, and Walding takes that one on the outside corner. He didn't like that one. It's quickly 0-2 to Mitch Walding. Outside, 1-2 now to Walding.
See that pitch right there. Chris Stewart wanted that ball up and in. Try to see if he can get Walding to chase something up out of the zone, and pitch was way away and down.
Down again. So 2-2 now to Mitch Walding. Runners on the corners for the Phils. Andrew Pullen waits on deck. A quick throw over. Flaherty is back. Upstairs, so full count now to Walding.
Send him? Sure.
Why not?
Spring training.
Flaherty doesn't go, and Walding grounds that one foul. So we'll do it again.
Cameron Rupp was going on contact. That ball hit foul here by Walding, and Cameron was busting it down the third baseline.
Three-two pitch outside, and he walks him. So the bases are loaded for the Phils with one out. One run across already here in the bottom of the fifth, and Andrew Pullen will be the batter. It's been
ugly.
Well, yeah, that's one word. I was going to say not as well pitched as either manager would probably like.
Ugly.
Yeah, it was ugly. It's ugly.
Well, let's hope it gets uglier right here with
that's right.
A little salami.
Pullen, who checked into the game to play left field, getting his first
almost
spot.
Didn't check in.
Almost didn't check in, but he did eventually. And getting a chance with the bases loaded here in the fifth. All 2-0 now to Andrew Pullen. Manny Barreda is having a tough time finding the strike zone. Big swing and a miss by Pullen. Barreda pitching from the windup now, that exaggerated windup. Puts his hands over his head, holds it there for a second. Two-one pitch. On the outside corner for a strike, 2-2.
That's what fascinates me about the shifts. You know, you got Danby Swanson playing basically behind Flaherty at second base. The big hole, because the third baseman has to cheat over, and yet they're pitching him down and away.
Right. Yeah. You think you could, you shoot it that way, and now it could be that he's just missing his spot. Well, I guess Stewart's setting up outside as well, so I don't know. Count is 3-2 to Pullen. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Outside, and he walks it. So they walk in a run, do the Braves. And it is now 8-6 Phillies here in the 5th. And the bases are still loaded with 1 out. There's the 4th walk in the inning. That'll bring up Colin Cowgill. Cowgill takes that one over for a strike. The 1 pitch. Cowgill swings through that one, and it's 0-2. I bet you a lot of beers have been sold at Frenchie's during the 5th inning today. What do you think?
Good thing Larry Anderson's doing the game in the booth. Well, not for Frenchies, of course. They do have some good sandwiches.
Oh, yeah, they do.
Man.
The 0-2 pitch. And the dirt. It's 1-2. As usual, a great crowd here at Spectrum Field. As I said, a wide array of headgear as well, on St. Patrick's Day. A 1-2 pitch. Swung on center field. Acuna shading from the sun. Carrera over as well, and Carrera will call him off and make the catch. Tagging and scoring is Flaherty. And another run for the Phils and a productive out for Cowgill. And the Phils now lead it by 3, 9-6. Carrera had a little bit of a better angle with the sun out there, so he called off Acuna and makes the catch, but the Phils push another one across.
Not sure 3's enough. Not the way today's going.
I would agree with you.
But you love the execution by the Phillies. They're taking their walks. They're not chasing.
See what Danny Ortiz can do. I think 222 this spring with 1 home run, 3 RBIs. Runners on the corners and throw over. Cowgill gets back, or excuse me. Runners lead off the corners. Pitch to Ortiz is on the outside corner. Andrew pulling down there at first. Foul ball. And a souvenir. Lots of those today as well. None up here, though.
Thank goodness.
That's good.
We better finish this thing up so we can get that national championship game next week.
The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and he gets him. So Danny Ortiz is a strikeout victim, but a productive inning for the Phils as they get 3 in the 5th. We're headed to the top of the 6th, and the Phillies lead it 9-6 in Clearwater.
simulated game. Had I think 5 guys in there, a couple lefties, a couple righties. You know, thanks to them for coming out and being part of it. Nab behind the plate was amazing. He caught my pen a few days ago, and you know, just still getting to know these guys a lot, but physically feel really good about where I'm at. Talked to Craney about how we're going to approach this moving forward. But yeah, we're in a great spot. It was really good.
That was a little bit earlier today as Jake Arrieta talking about the simulated game that he threw this morning on the backfields here in Clearwater. Certainly generated a lot of excitement, John. Well, it has all week, and you know, folks want to know where Jake Arrieta is at and when they can expect to see him pitching in a game here in Spectrum Field. And well, by all accounts, he looked good today.
Yeah, you know, and I think the thing with Jake is that, you know, he keeps himself in such remarkable shape year round, and you know, I think if there's a guy that, you know, a pitcher who probably doesn't need 5, 6, 7 starts to build up, I think he would be the one.
And it's not like he hasn't been working. Yeah. You know, he's obviously been working out.
Was he one of the ones that were all down in Bradenton?
Yeah, he was down there for a little bit.
So he didn't have far to go.
Not at all. Not at all. And, you know, we heard from Andrew Knapp, who caught his bullpen the other day, as you heard, and also caught the simulated game today. And he said, you know, talk about a guy who's got some special stuff. And we know that, obviously. He's a Cy Young Award winner, and that's why the excitement is where it is when you bring a guy like that into your clubhouse. But it'll be fun. I think probably maybe next week sometime we'll see him over here and get an even better feel for where he is. Dansby Swanson with the count 1-1. And he grounds that one to the right side. Charging is Flaherty. Flips over to first. 4-3 goes to put out. Well, look at the top 2 starters for this year and last season, and what going forward looks like in the division. Obviously, the Washington Nationals with Scherzer and Strasburg, they were pretty good last year, 31-10. But Nola and Arrieta at the top of a rotation, that looks pretty good too, when you think about it.
Yeah, and you know, some of those numbers especially for Aaron Nola, were, let's be honest, he didn't pitch for a great team last year.
Yeah, and sure. Both guys, both Nola and Jake Arrieta. Well, Arrieta for sure had a really strong second half after struggling a little bit in the first half. There's Aaron Nola. Making sure those nails are clipped.
Yeah, I can't wait for opening day. See him pitch.
I know it. That is going to be great, as we talked about in Atlanta against these Braves. Franco, big swing and a miss.
It's so fun to watch last year, especially in the second half, how you saw a young guy that just turned the corner. Confidence-wise, stuff-wise, I mean, he was just fantastic, and he has to be going into the 2018 season knowing that, yes, I am a top of the rotation guy and I can match up with anyone.
Bond gets the strikeout on Franco. I agree with you. And, you know, the talk around baseball about Aaron Nola is, hey, watch out for this guy. He might be on the radar when you're talking about some of the top starters in baseball. You know, he's a first-round pick, and that is the progression that the Phillies organization was hoping he would be on. And I think we have arrived at the moment where, yeah, you can start talking about Aaron Nola in the conversation with some of the best in baseball right now.
I know a lot of players, non-Phillies players that had to face him last year. When I talked to some of them this, you know, in this offseason, they talked about how much he's really turned a corner, command-wise, stuff-wise, confidence-wise.
And that's a big part of it for sure. Knowing that you can pitch up here, pitch effectively. As Bod lets that one sail. Well, Tanner Murphy is the batter for the Braves. There's 2 number 91s on the Braves roster. This is spring training, right? So Chris Wheeler, who's on the PA here at Spectrum Field, he announced them both because he wasn't sure. But we've clarified now it is Tanner Murphy.
He's thorough.
Hey, I was going to tell you both too. So,
well,
it's not Lucas Herbert. It is Tanner Murphy.
Did Murphy? There he is, right there, wearing his green Philly Cricket Club golf shirt. Did the fans cheer because his last name's Murphy?
Perhaps. We get that a lot.
No, they don't cheer you, but I think it just...
Because they're Irish. Because it's an Irish... It's St. Patrick's Day, so you see a Murphy and you think, all right.
I'm well aware we're wearing green for a reason.
I'm not sure why they
Do
cheer.
I have stupid written on my forehead?
Not that I can see from here, but
Murphy walks, so he heads on down to first. So number 96 now. Cleo Lewis Rondon is the new batter for the Braves. Cleo Lewis with 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. First pitch to Rondon, lifted into center field. Ortiz and Calgill can't get together on the communication, and it falls in between. And coming all the way around the throw to the plate, and he is out at home plate is Murphy. So the ball falls in the outfield, but the Phil's able to kind of regroup, get the cutoff man, and the throw to home, and Murphy is out at home plate for the final out of the inning. Not exactly how you draw it up, but Phils will take it to end the top of the 6th. Ortiz and Calgill fighting the sun. And Calgill brings it in, and Valentin Flaherty to Rupp for the final out. Three, 9-6. 6 runs, 8 hits for the Braves. Phillies 9 runs on 9 hits and the 1 error. Now the new pitcher for the Braves, number 64, Luke Jackson, the right-hander. 1-0, 10.80 ERA so far this spring. Decker is your new center fielder. Stays in the game to play center field, and Rondon will come in or stay in to play shortstop as well. So Dansby Swanson's day is done.
That guy at center, that kind of trying to get the Charlie Blackmon look, isn't he?
Yeah, a little bit. Tanner Murphy stays in the game to do the catching now. Matt McBride will lead it off for the Phils here in the bottom of the 6th.
You've lost me. That scorecard's done.
Yeah, it's we're at that time, and it's only the bottom of the 6th.
Already?
First pitch to McBride is over for a strike. You see McBride's numbers since 6 games so far this year. He hits that one hard on the ground to the right side. Flip to Luke Jackson in time for the out, 1 down. So that'll bring up Adam Rosales, who's checked into the game to play third for the Phils. Get his first at bat of the afternoon. Batting .276 this spring.
I think it's going to be interesting to see how the Phillies fill out their bench.
Agreed. We've seen Ryan Flaherty today and Pedro Florimon and Adam Rosales. You know, some guys with some experience, guys that have done it before.
And you know you're going to have the 4 outfielders, right? Hoskins and Odubel and Nick Williams and Aaron.
That's right. Roman Quinn is another guy that is in the mix to fill out that roster spot.
Yeah, just, you know, him on the, you know, he's a player. He's a good player, but having that speed on the bench gives, you know, Gabe Kapler, you know, some options.
As Rosales swings through that one, it's 1-2 now to Adam Rosales.
Apparently, Murphy thought there was 3 strikes. He went over and tagged Adam Rosales.
He did. He's being thorough.
Just making sure.
The count is 1-2 to Rosales. In the dirt, 2-2 now to Rosales. Yeah, I think, you know, maybe more so than in the years past, at least the last couple of years, there are a lot of question marks still to be determined with 2 weeks to go on spring training. Those bench spots, you know, we talked about the catcher's position, rotation on the outside corner called third strike. That's the second out of the inning.
I was reading the other day, what team is going to go with the 4-man rotation this year?
Yeah, we just saw them. It was it the Rays? Yeah, Tampa Rays. And they're not going to go with a 4-man rotation in the traditional sense that every 4 days one of those guys will pitch. It's just going to be every 5th day they're going to go with a bullpen game. Which will be interesting to see.
Why don't they just have a 5th starter then?
I guess it comes down to, you know, early in the season, you don't need that 5th starter that much. So, I mean, they might change their philosophy, but for now, they're saying that's what they're going to do. As Cameron Rupp lifts that one to right field and into the glove of Wilson for the final out of the inning. You know, things are changing in baseball. Different ideas. We head to the top of the 7th. Phils are up by 3. Lots of celebrating going on today, St. Patrick's Day, and we've had a lot of runs in this one as we head to the 7th inning. Phils up 9-6. home runs. Carlos Santana getting his first of the year. He also had an RBI double. Mitch Balding, 2-run double in this game as well. So lots of runs, 9-6. The Phils with a 3-run lead as we head to the top of the 7th. The catcher for the Phils is Matt McBride. That guy could do a little bit of everything. And Tommy Hunter is the new pitcher for the Phils. Appearing in his 4th game this year. New Phil coming over to help with this the bullpen, help fill it out. One of the free agent signings this offseason. Good baseball teams have good bullpens, and that's what the Phillies front office is trying to build, adding talent like Tommy Hunter. First pitch from Hunter is over for a strike. Marcus Mooney leading off for the Braves. And he lines that one back up the middle for a base hit. So Mooney is a leadoff base runner.
Yeah, I think you know what you're going to get with Tommy Hunter. It's fastball, high velocities. Throws it most of the time in his as part of his arsenal. But he will challenge you with fastballs. You better be ready.
Well, Ezekiel Carrera, one of the lone men who started this game, who's still in the game, 1 for 3 today, steps in to face Hunter. As Mooney leads off first. And it's over for a strike. There's been a lot of talk about Carlos Santana, now Jake Arrieta in the clubhouse, and what they mean to some of the young guys. And I think Tommy Hunter would also be in that category when you talk about the guys out there in the bullpen, as that one is just kind of fisted over to third base. Adam Rosales makes the catch.
Can't drop that one on purpose anymore.
Can't do that. Turn the quick 2. He broke his bat on that too.
Yeah.
So that'll bring up Jeff Decker getting his first at bat. 226. But you know, in terms of the guys in the bullpen for the Phils, a lot of young guys down there. They pitched very well at the end of last season, but you had a guy like Hunter in there, and his experience and his personality and his leadership. Did he go? No. So a little bit high. 1-1 now to Decker. It's fouled out of play. It's 1-2 now to Decker.
I wonder if the relievers, do they get to work with the 2 or 3 catchers that might be leaving camp as a part of the 25-man roster? So like, how do they get used to that?
I'd imagine
they
at some
do it
point
on the side,
in their side work, their bullpens.
Like, you wonder if game situation, is Tommy Hunter thrown to
Andrew
Cameron
Knapp
or
yeah.
Jorge Alfaro or Andrew Knapp? And normally a guy like Tommy Hunter, who's been around, early in spring training, he'd probably be coming in the 3rd or 4th inning instead of the 7th.
2-2 pitch, hard hit, foul. So we'll do it again. And we have also seen that Kapler and his coaching staff have kept the catchers in for 7 innings at a time in a lot of the games, probably for that very reason. We've seen, Alfaro start a game and play 7, and then Rupp come in for the final 2, or Knapp come in.
2-2 pitch. A little bit high for a ball, 3-2. Mooney takes his lead off first. 3-2 pitch, he's running, and that's fouled over our heads. So we'll reset and do it again. Hunter from the stretch, the 3-2 pitch. Popped up on the left side. Rosales shading his eyes and makes the catch in foul territory for the second out of the inning. Well, Jim Salisbury's At the Yard podcast is back this week. Phillies legend Larry Bowa talks about the youngsters looking to make their mark this season, and one guy in particular who he labels as a can't miss. Find out who. Download the At the Yard podcast on NBCSportsPhiladelphia.com, Apple Podcasts, or Google Play. You're going to listen to Larry Bowa's thoughts on, I know you get them firsthand as well, but
frequently too.
I know you do, even when you don't ask.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. You don't have to volunteer.
It's fouled off the foot of Rio Ruiz.
Yes, I would listen to Larry Bowa.
I know you would. You know what folks really want to know is when's the Crutcast coming back? Soon.
Well, that's why I wanted someone to ride with me. We can do it in the car.
Yeah, we could do that.
No, wait. Well, you said we. That would mean you're included. I didn't invite you.
Yeah, you did.
I did, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
Well, I invited you because I knew you were going to say no.
Right.
It's like those people you don't really like, and you're having a party at the house,
Yeah,
and you're
you
like,
can come.
we have to invite them, but
Right.
we're only going to invite them because we know they can't come.
Yeah, and on the flip side, they don't want to come anyway. So
Yeah, well, I probably wouldn't like them anyway. I mean, you know, there's only a handful of people I actually like in this world.
Well, you know.
You're one of them.
Do I make the list?
You make the list.
Thank you.
Larry Anderson, I'm a little sketchy on after a conversation with him today.
1-1 pitch on the inside corner for a strike. It's 1-2. I think the idea of you driving from Clearwater to Atlanta and doing the podcast is a great idea, whether anyone's in the car or not. You've been known to talk to yourself for hours on end. 1-2 pitch. Dirt. 2-2.
I should just leave the thing on to record the whole way. It'd be very entertaining. Because I do talk to myself when I'm driving by myself for long distance.
And I know you sing.
Yeah.
I know that.
Yeah. And sometimes I just start yelling for no apparent reason.
Into the shift. Throw over to first in time to get the third out. Let's play as the Phils set up perfectly to end that inning. We'll talk more about the Crutcast because people do want to know. But first, we're headed to the bottom of the seventh. Phils up by 3.
8 versus the Miami Marlins, 135. It's Cavity Busters Kids opening day. You can bring the whole family. The Cavity Busters hooded sweatshirt is free to kids 14 and under. For your tickets, visit Phillies.com today to get those tickets. Great sweatshirt. We showed that off a little bit earlier in spring. And there's Gator Cam, John. It always looks the same. It doesn't do a whole lot.
Yeah. They're not real active until they're chasing you.
Yeah, I wouldn't get anywhere near that thing. That is right outside the ballpark here. Luke Jackson remains the pitcher for the Braves. Ismael Valentin is new batter for the Phils.
I have to get the guys from Swamp People to come down here and get that baby out of here.
You could be on the show.
Me and Troy Landry?
Yeah. That would be must-watch television.
Fanatic all dressed in green.
Yeah, it's you know, it's a different look.
Kind of looks like he's naked.
It does.
Oh boy. Hey, we got a walk.
Valentin walks, so he's a leadoff base runner. Got a new left fielder, Jared James, out there in left field. Lago is the new third baseman. You got those changes, John?
Yep.
And Ryan Flaherty step in for the Phils. Been on base a couple times as Flaherty. There's a throw over. Valentin able to get back. Lots of action in the bullpens. You see Luis Garcia starting to get loose for the Phils. Flaherty takes that one high and outside for a ball. Fanatic is still full of energy.
Yeah, so I told you I went to the bathroom down there by our office, and I somehow ended up in the Fanatics dressing room, and he had fans blowing on his fur.
Yeah, he was cooling himself off.
Stunk.
Yeah,
like bad.
Well, you know,
like I had to go back in the bathroom to get fresh air. Is that?
You know you're having troubles when over first strike. It's 2-1. So you found the fresh air in the bathroom.
I did.
Okay, good.
But then I forgot what I went in there for, and I walked back out in the office, and Larry Anderson asked me where I went, and I said, you know, I went to the bathroom, but I don't think I went to the bathroom. I think I got some issues working on there.
I think things started out a little slow for you this morning.
Well, I tried to take a nap.
Yes, you did.
You all were.
I have photo proof of that.
Did you take a picture?
I did.
I drool sometimes when I sleep.
It's more of a wide shot, so.
No, it would have to be real wide. Do you have to turn your phone horizontally?
It's not a great place to take a nap, the broadcast work.
Nah, floor's a little hard.
Yeah. Another throw over.
Maybe I'll bring an air mattress.
Now that would be napping in style right there.
Yeah, there's always things to work on in spring.
Don't I know it. Foul straight back. 3-2 now to Ryan Flaherty. Pitch to hit there.
I guess the good thing is the wind's blowing straight out now.
Yep.
So got that going for us. This game moves on.
3-2 pitch, check swing, and in the dirt, and he walks him. So Valentine was running, but he'll head up to second base anyway as Flaherty heads down to first. Runners at first and second.
Do you think spring training games last longer just because of the confusion of all the players that play in them?
I think that's part of it.
I think that's what gets me. I don't think the games take longer than the regular season. I think it just, because of all the substitutions, you just
that's definitely part of it.
Confused.
But I also think you got some guys who haven't found the rhythm yet, and, in terms of pitching, and that might add a little time to the game. Mitch Walding steps in. 1-for-1 today. He had a double, scored a run. He also walked since checking into the game. Runners at first and second for the Phils. And hard hit ground ball right at the first baseman. So over to second for one, back to first, and that ball's thrown away. And that's going to allow Valentine to come on home to score. Give credit to Walding, who was busting it down the line.
Yeah, two guys with gloves over at first that ran from the ball.
It's not exactly a strong throw from Rendon over there at shortstop. Take another look. Good feed. And then, well, not a good throw. You're right. Luke Jackson was ducking out of the way.
Yeah. He figured if he threw it in the middle, one of them would catch it.
Yeah.
He didn't anticipate one of them running from it.
The Phils will take it as another run scores. One out, and Andrew Pullen is the batter.
They'll be working on that tomorrow in spring training.
Yep. That's the second time the Braves have failed to pull that one off. Pullen takes that pitch over for a strike. It's 1-1. That one is hard hit and into the hole and into right field for a base hit. So Pullen is aboard with base hit. Walding stops at second. Runners at first and second with one out. Phil's just adding on.
Yeah, and taking advantage of what the opportunities they're given. Runner on first, hit it in the hole. Hit it too hard to get the first and third.
So Colin Cowgill will be the batter. He'll sacrifice fly in his only at bat. First pitch is over for a strike. You've given up, right? Keep the score. Keep the score.
Yeah,
Just
I turned it
drawing
over.
pictures now.
Yeah.
Pitch is low and outside for a ball, 1-1.
I can't keep track.
It ain't easy. Thankfully, we have some great help here in the booth. One pitch, and that one is line drive, second base, and caught off second is Mitch Walding. So the Braves able to double it up to end the inning. A line drive to second, 4-6 goes the double play. But the Phils add another run, but get caught napping, so to speak, on the bases. We are headed to the top of the eighth. Well, look how well rested you are. 10-6 Phillies. Patrick's Day weekend and save some green on tickets for the Sunday, April 29th game versus the Atlanta Braves. This weekend only. Purchase tickets in select seating areas for $17 for that game. It's a perfect way to celebrate the Fanatic's birthday with the family. All children 14 and under will get the Citizens Bank Fanatic bucket hat that weekend. Get your tickets at Phillies.com now before time runs out on Sunday, tomorrow at 11:59 p.m. So you've got all weekend to do it to save some money. And I'll tell you what, if you're going to celebrate St. Patrick's Day here at the ballpark, why not get up on the dugout, get down on one knee, and get engaged as well? A couple, congratulations. It happened just in between innings.
Think about that.
Yeah.
They just got engaged. And who's the first person to congratulate him?
The Fanatic.
Or first thing to congratulate him.
Wilson lays down a bunt. A nice play by the Phils. Luis Garcia, who just checked into the game. And one quick out here in the top of the 8th.
Tell you what, he came a long way in the second half of the season last year. I mean, where he became someone very dependable in that 8th inning leading up to Hector.
Yeah, he really has been good for the Phils, or was good last year for the Phils. And we had our meetings with Matt Klentak earlier in spring, and he was talking about different guys taking on leadership roles, and mentioned Luis Garcia as one of those guys. And you know, certainly has really kind of matured right in front of us over the last couple of years. It's going to be a big part of the Phillies bullpen in 2018. You know, he has the stuff like that.
Yeah, it's a nasty combination. That mid to upper 90s fastball with that split finger.
Yep.
I mean, if anyone's ever tried to hit both of those pitches, one's hard enough to hit, but then when you have that back of the mind, he can throw that split finger whenever he wants. It's pretty tough.
The batter is Tyler Neslony for the Braves. The 1-2 pitch called, 3rd strike. So Luis Garcia gets 2 quick outs coming on here in the top of the 8th. That would be called 3rd strike, and well, talked about the stuff. Here it is.
He threw a split finger 0-2, and then he comes back with a fastball that just dots that inside corner.
He'll take it. So Carlos Franco now steps in. 0 for 3 today. 2 ground outs and a strikeout for Franco. First pitch a little bit low for a ball, 1-0. Speaking of dots, are they shamrocks? Or are they hearts? They're shamrocks. That makes sense.
You put 2 and 2 together there, didn't you?
Got 5, like I always do. From the stretch, the 1-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss. 1-2. In the dirt, he went around, says the third base umpire. So Matt McBride will, well, they'll tag him just for good measure. And he is out. Final out of the inning. The strikeout for Luis Garcia. 2 strikeouts in the inning. And the Braves go down 1-2-3 in the 8th. We head to the bottom of the 8th. The Phils have a 4-run lead.
in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Phillies.
Well, we've arrived at the bottom of the 8th with the Phils holding a 4-run lead, 10-6.
Some of us arrived.
You're with us, aren't you, John? Yeah, she's no longer with us. Sleeping. She's sleeping.
It's always a fantastic place to take a nap out on the farm.
Yeah. It is always a good place. And, you know, get a little sun. Hopefully they're all lathered up with their sunblock. If I did that, I'd be in awful trouble in about 25 minutes.
You are pretty pasty.
I am. I certainly am. Well, Danny Ortiz will lead it off for the Phils here in the bottom of the 8th. He'll face Josh Ravin, the new pitcher for the Braves. First pitch from Ravin is over for a strike. It's 0-1. The folks on the grass have started to thin out there. And in the crowd as well, but not at Frenchie's. Frenchie's is as crowded as it's been since 11 o'clock this morning.
Do they sell food up there too?
Yes, they do. It's a good thing, right?
Yeah, I guess. Why would you want to leave? Food and drink?
What could you want? That one is fouled straight back. Count is 0-2 to Danny Ortiz. And they stay open, what, 2 hours after the game as well?
I wonder if Bull's still out there somewhere. They're usually below the Philly sponsors. They're usually below the thing. It looks like it emptied out. They usually leave in like the 6th or 7th.
A lot of the sponsors in town this weekend. Pretty big group. We had a dinner last night with all of them. Always a good time.
Where'd you go?
We went to the Beachcomber.
Staple.
Yep.
Frog legs are delicious.
I had the frog legs last night.
Aren't they good?
They are fantastic. As that one is pulled foul and out of play. I'm fairly certain I've had frog legs one other time. But we ordered them last night, and man, they were outstanding. I'm being told Jeff Halleckman, our producer, is saying that we had them in St. Louis. So there you go. As Ortiz swings through that. And throw down to complete the strikeout. Yeah, my good buddy Sarge and I had frog legs at one point. I guess it was in St. Louis. Anita up here. Anita, she says no. No frog legs for her.
Yeah, what does that fall under?
That's meat.
Really?
Sure.
It's a frog.
Well, yeah, but...
Well, it ain't a cow or a chicken. That's meat.
Nope. That would be meat as well. Frogs.
I don't get it.
Matt McBride steps in to face Josh Ravin. Well, the point is they're very good, and we had them last night, and I enjoyed them.
So they have them in St. Louis. I get to go to St. Louis this year.
Yeah? When are we in St. Louis? Do you remember? Generally, it's like right in the middle of the summer. It's pretty hot.
During the season, usually.
During the season, yeah.
We'll go get some frog legs.
Count me in. I'm in. 0-2 pitch. Pops straight up. Drifting towards the Braves dugout and falling safely into the Braves dugout. So Matt McBride has a little bit of new life as the count remains 0-2.
Make them pay.
That's right. 2 pitch, another foul ball. Remains 0-2. You would call chicken wings meat, would you not?
It's chicken.
Right.
But it ain't a frog.
I'm not sure I understand the difference. It's still an animal. 0-2 pitch. Outside for a ball 1-2. What did you think it was if it wasn't meat?
I'd put it more in the fish family than I would anything else, since they're both in water.
Okay.
It's closer to fish than it is a chicken.
And Matt McBride swings through that, and he's a strikeout victim, the second strikeout of the inning. That is a quote that might go down.
That's closer to a chicken than it is a frog. Whatever those things are. They're birds. I understand that, but
what would you call, like, the gator bites?
I wouldn't call it meat. It's got to be something else. We've just found a new category of food.
If only there was a place where people could send us their thoughts on this.
Oh, trust me.
Perhaps electronically. I wouldn't check your Twitter feed anytime soon, Joe. Over the inside corner.
We got to get to the bottom of this.
Yeah, I agree with you.
This is going to bother me all day now.
Big swing by Rosales, and he fouls that one back. Oh, and a big catch in the crowd off the carom, and he falls over the seats, and the crowd goes wild. We're at that time of the game. Everybody's okay.
Isn't that something? One guy in that whole section with a glove, and he caught it.
Rosales pops that one on the infield.
I bet he
on
knows
the right side.
What frog legs are.
Probably does. He probably does. We'll get to the bottom of it, John. Got another half inning to do so. So we're headed to the top of the 9th in search of answers. It's 10-6 Phillies. Check out Gator Cam. Still just cruising. Bet you he likes frogs.
I bet he wouldn't think they're steak.
Don't forget about the grouper nuggets.
Fish.
Yeah, that's fish.
Yeah.
Well done.
But wouldn't a frog be closer to the grouper nugget than a steak? Like, have you ever gone to a place and said, hey, give me some steak nuggets? No.
Right.
So, I don't get it.
I think we'll just leave it at that. Parker Frazier is the new pitcher for the Phils. And Tanner Murphy will be the first to face him.
Got a lot of support with the
I know you are.
fish group. Just the last inning. We need to figure this out. Not that we won a long half inning, but
there you go. He probably has some thoughts on the matter. Skips by Matt McBride. 1-1 the count to Tanner Murphy. One pitch is a little bit high for a ball. 2-1. Well, you know,
I bet Wikipedia could figure this out.
You think? They have a lot of answers on Wikipedia for sure. I'm not sure there is an answer. 2-1 pitch. Inside.
Yeah, you're just saying that because you know you're wrong.
I don't know that I'm wrong.
It can't be. It can't. Oh, boy, no. It's going to be a tough drive home.
Well, at least you'll have something to think about. 3-1 pitch outside for a ball. So Tanner Murphy is a leadoff base runner. And that'll bring up the shortstop, Rondon. Let's see if we can turn 2 here, huh, John?
Yeah, roll over. Sidearm, little sinker away, ground ball to second to Flaherty, and let's turn it. Go after the next one.
First pitch over for a strike. It's 0-1 to Rondon. You'll head home after this one, right?
Yeah. Yep. Golf tomorrow. No, tomorrow's Sunday. Is today Saturday?
Today is Saturday. Yes.
Monday golf.
Back up here or back down home? Down at home. Over for a strike. It's 0-2 to Rondon. I hesitate to tell you what I'm doing on Monday. Going fishing. That's the truth.
Yeah, I bet you don't catch a cow. Or a chicken. Where are you going?
Just right here, right off.
Right here where this alligator is?
Yeah, so let's see what I can do.
Please.
Down by the beach. I don't know exactly where we're going. We're leaving from, but.
Oh, you're going out on a boat?
Yep. Foul back.
I wonder what's biting now.
You're a big fisher,
March,
aren't you?
All right, some Spanish mackerel probably. And
always grouper, right, down here? Hogfish?
Hogfish are good. I caught a couple last time we went.
1-2 pitch. Looped over the second base bag. And easy play. So 1 out here in the top of the 9th. Runner at first. And Marcus Mooney will be the batter.
Are you good on a boat? Like as far as seasickness?
It's been a while, to be honest. So I'm not exactly
all right,
sure.
well, what about the last time you went?
Yeah, I was fine. That was good. But it's been a couple years.
So there's a chance you could be greener than your shirt.
It's
go out far enough
possible.
and it gets rough.
It's possible.
Who's taking you out?
Well, we hired.
Oh, you got.
Yeah.
Okay.
Local boat captain. T-Mac would have taken us out if he was here.
Is he a?
He's a ship captain.
God, that could be a podcast too.
Yeah, it could. See all the ideas that you can generate. The Crutcast is going to be good this year.
Yeah, we're going to debate frogs, that's for sure.
That is definitely going to be a topic.
Is there a place in Philly that sells it?
I'm
sells
sure.
frog legs? I got to find a place.
1-1 pitch. 1-2. I think some folks will probably help us out. Find a place in Philadelphia that has some frog legs.
Yep. We got to, I'm sure we send that out on Twitterverse. We'll get
Oh, inside.
Some people can let us know.
Two and two to Marcus Mooney.
You know how you go to a restaurant, it has like beef, poultry, fish.
Line shot in the left field. And a nice sliding catch by Andrew Pullen. Second out. So it was hit hard, but Pullen right there to make the play. We've got 2 outs.
We can't let this game get in the way of our conversation.
Take another look.
Yeah, good play. Got a good jump.
Yeah.
For some reason, I was watching him when the pitch was being thrown. And
again, we're going to have a conversation.
He got a good jump.
He did. Looks like Gabe Kapler's going to make a change here with 2 outs in the top of the 9th. So a pitching change here at Spectrum Field. Phils lead it by 4. We'll be right back. Davis is the new pitcher for the Phils with 2 outs here in the 9th. Phillies leading 10-6 over the Atlanta Braves. And you see Austin Davis's numbers in the minors. Gabe Kapler deciding to go with the lefty on lefty matchup to finish this one up. Davis finishes up his warm-up pitches. Take a look at what the Phillies did against the NL East last year and what the other teams in the division did as well. Nationals obviously cream of the crop, 47-29. The Phils, 39 wins last year against the division, second most in the division. It's a good sign. Obviously play those guys an awful lot.
You would think it would get better this year.
You would think. First pitch from Davis on the outside corner for a strike. Jared James is the batter for the Braves. 2 outs, top of the 9th. Upstairs. You all right?
Well, the coaches were trying to get the right fielder to move back and the first baseman to move back and then someone to move in. And there's 2 guys behind the coaches that were given the signs too.
They're just helping out.
Like those guys that do the umpires. That's what those guys look like.
Just trying to be helpful. 1-2 now the count to Jared James, and the Braves down to their final strike. Fans that are remaining here in the seating section at Spectrum Field on their feet. And check swing, and oh, that's going to be trouble. And no play anywhere. And an excuse me swing, and it'll be a base hit for Jared James. And this one's not over yet. Runners at first and second. Take another look, and well, probably won't put this on his highlight reel, but
where did that hit?
It almost looks like it hits it.
It hit the
knob of the bat.
That might be the first hit ever off the knob of the bat.
That's crazy.
That's really,
I've never seen that.
That's really keeping your hands inside the ball right there. Hey, it's a knock.
Line drive in the box score, they say, right? So Jeff Decker is the batter for the Braves. He takes that first pitch over for a strike. Take another look. Yeah. Boom. Right off the end of the bat. The knob of the bat.
That's something I haven't seen before.
You never know what you're going to see. That's why you had to hang the entire game. Back into the screen. 0-2 now to Decker. And once again, fans putting their hands together, anticipating a Phil's victory. The 0-2 pitch. Called, third strike, and it is a Phil's victory. The strikeout to end the game. As Decker goes down looking, and the Phils win it this afternoon on St. Patrick's Day, 10-6 over the Atlanta Braves. So another victory down here at Spectrum Field. Good news for the Phils. Some good offense for the Phils as well. 10 runs, 10 hits, and it's time for our W.B. Mason deliveries of the game. And it came, well, 2 of them. First one, first inning, leadoff batter, Carlos Santana.
Yeah, Phillies got down 2-0 quick, and Santana put them on the board early to get him within 1. And then Miguel Franco had some good swings in this game today, and that was the best of them. That long home run to left field.
So the Phillies offense showing signs of life this afternoon, which certainly is good to see as the regular season is quickly approaching. 10 runs and 10 hits. They get the win. We'll be back to put a wrap on this one right after this.